Welcome in, all you heroes, myths, and legends. It's me, your boy, Judge-Blitz, coming at you today for a set that I have been extremely pumped to get into. I am a huge Magic the Gathering fan. I am a huge Final Fantasy fan, and we have the best of both worlds for you today. That is right. We are jamming out to Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy set release. We are going to be doing one of two things today. Those things include, one, we can do a draft. I do have draft tokens for this set. Those draft tokens are for both limited and sealed, or traditional and sealed, I guess, is the correct way to say that. Traditional being you open up 3 packs, you take 1 card from each pack, just kind of boom, 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 boom. As you take 1, you pass it, take 1, pass it. You do that till the pack runs out, and then everybody opens another pack, and you just do that. The other token I have is for sealed. Sealed is a limited format that allows you to open up 6 packs. Of those 6 packs, see if I can get this guy stretched out a little bit here. I'm just noticing that my brackets are slightly off. Don't want you guys to miss out on any of the goodies related to this set. So we're just going to make sure everything's looking nice and crisp here. All right. The greatest, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Anyways, as I was saying, you open 6 packs. Anything you open out of the 6 packs, you are able to kind of put together into a 40, 50, 60 card deck and do a limited run set of those cards. I have tokens for both. The other thing we can do that we're actually going to start with, I have 50 packs of the Final Fantasy set. This is looking a little bright, isn't it? Let me tone down the color on this guy. See if we can't dull down that color a little bit. Sorry, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've streamed. I've been busy. Been very busy trying to get this new job all squared away, but we're finally getting there, I think. So, all right, I'll tell you guys in 2 weeks if I have the job. For now, though, we're just going to be playing some Final Fantasy. It's still looking a little bright. Forgive me on that, but it does look better. It's not looking terrible. At least on my end, it's not looking terrible. How's it looking for your guys' end? As always, hit me up in the comments on either Twitch or YouTube. Let me know what you guys think. Do I need to up the color scaling, down the color scaling? I can see Cloud's hair a little better. Before it was just like a white burst coming off of his head. So that being said, we are going to go ahead. I think we're just going to honestly just jump right into things here. We are in the full game as it is. So I think we open up packs, see what we get. Got a giant cactuar. Yes, that's what we like to see. Good old giant cactuar. I was just talking to my buddy Iceman. You guys might have seen Iceman on the channel before. He's my buddy Justin. And we were talking about an equipment from the Alara set known as Mage Slayer, where when you attack with a creature, before any combat damage is done, the equipment just says the equipped creature deals damage equal to its power to target player. It costs 1 a green and a red and 2 to equip, I'm pretty sure. Throw that on your giant cactuar. If he survives 1 turn, you win. You win. No worries. Throw something on him with trample. You win. Who cares? Yes, he dies to every removal spell, but they have to kill him for him to not be a threat. So why don't we open up some packs, see if we can pull a giant cactuar. The handle is me, Iceman. Oh, it's JP5. Oh, I'm so used to seeing you on Twitch. That's why. All right, here we go. Here we go. We have gold packs. I have 5 gold packs. Do we open up? Yeah, we're going to open up the 5 gold packs first. Boom, 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 boom. We have 3 mythic rares. 3 Tree City. That's huge. Great land card. when I opened up my collector box with you guys on Twitch, when I bought my collector box of Bloomborough, we opened 3 of these. We opened this one, we opened the full art fall, and the full art winter as well. Agnesar Rex. I did not open any Aether Drift at all. I hard skipped Aether Drift, so no idea what this does. This is a 3 and 2 green 8/8 trample, cycling 2 and a green. When you cycle this card, put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature or vehicle. It gains trample and indestructible. All right. Not terrible, not amazing, but not terrible. Yo, the Wandering Minstrel. So I want to do a 5-color Legends Matter deck. I was initially thinking of doing Warrior of Light, the Joda reprint, which I got 2 collector's packs today in the mail. My 2 collector's packs. I opened them both. 1 pack, Surgefoil Ralban. I'm very excited about that card. The other pack had the Tifa standard set card, and it had the Joda Warrior of Light. I am so pumped, but this may be my backup commander. He is a green and a blue 1/3 human bard. Lands you control enter untapped. This turns all your tapped cheap lands into god tier lands. This is like the card to buy budget to make your commander deck awesome. If you have green or blue in your commander deck, this is an amazing card for those decks in the fact that it fixes your mana base and you don't have to spend $100, $150, $200 on your mana. You can just use the mana you have on hand. The cheap, comes in taps for blue or green. You're no longer waiting 1 turn for that land to work. This guy lets you play it and it works. It does not come in tapped. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that is all colors. So this guy is helping your board go wide. And then for 3 Wooburg, other creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of towns you control. This is going to be like Ravnica Gates all over again. This card is so fun. Everything about this card just screams fun to me. That and the token for it is just freaking bananas. That elemental token is so good. Fun fact, this is a card inspired by the director of Final Fantasy XIV, Yoshi P. This is like who it represents him in the game. It's not his character. He does have a character. He plays Black Mage, but this character is kind of like a representative of the director of the game. All hail lands. Yeah, dude. All right, let's get into the meat, boys. These mythic rares. Call the Spirit Dragons. Dragons you control have indestructible at the beginning of your upkeep. For each color, put a +1/+1 counter on a dragon you control of that color. If you put a +1/+1 counter on 5 dragons this way, you win the game. Fun little 5-color enchantment for dragon decks. I do have a Dragon commander deck, and I did put this card in there. So I did end up pulling it in my Tarkir set. Kefka, Court Mage. This card I know is very popular in terms of commander from Final Fantasy. It is one of the few 3 colors cards from the set. I believe this card and I think Noctis is the only other 3-color card from the main set. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the only 3-color card should be this guy and Noctis. Kefka is a 2 and, I always forget the wedge. Blue, black, red. Grixis. 2 in Grixis. For a human wizard 4/5. Whenever Kefka enters or attacks, each player discards a card. Then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. That's going to be creature, instant, sorcery, enchantment, artifact. So as long as people are discarding pretty broadly, you can really get some card advantage. For 8, each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Transform Kefka and activate only as a sorcerer. He transforms into Kefka, Ruler of Ruin. Flying, whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards, baby. He is a 5/7, and it does not say when he deals combat damage. This is whenever an opponent loses life during your turn. He is in the most burny wedge of all time. Justin, you were talking about doing wizards. Here's your wizard commander right here. 3 colors. The 3 colors you like. He is a wizard on both sides. He is a human wizard and an avatar wizard. He is going to be awesome if you can flip him over. Because, I mean, all you have to do is get that one card that lets you have unlimited hand size. And this guy's going to pop off. This guy is awesome. I think we are going to be making a deck of him. My thoughts on streaming the Final Fantasy set, I would love to do a series where we build either a standard or a modern deck for every Final Fantasy entry 1 through 16. It's going to be really hard because, unfortunately, whether it was on Square Enix's side or on Wizards' side, they did snub a couple of the Final Fantasies really bad, guys. I mean, Final Fantasy 12 got 12 cards in this set. I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 7 got close to triple those numbers if you include their commander decks. So it might be a little harder. We are not getting an alchemy set in Arena for Final Fantasy. Yeah, dude, Justin, you want Kefka? I'll get you Kefka, man. Kefka is perfect. He's your wizard commander. I mean, look at this dude. This dude is amazing. This dude is the boy. And he's a pretty solid commander. But yes, back to what I was saying. That I would love to do some kind of series where we do only cards from that Final Fantasy plus Magic the Gathering regular cards, right? Non-Final Fantasy. Mixing no other Final Fantasies but those specific ones. So, you know, we do a Final Fantasy 1 deck. We could maybe do a modern Joda the Unifier, put in a bunch of, you know, just goodies, make a 5-color standard deck. Maybe we make that a Brawl deck, but do something for each entry of Final Fantasy. I think that would be a lot of fun. Our last mythic, though. Oh, Ketrimos. I have actually wanted to build this card for... I've been on and off again because I want to do so many Final Fantasy decks. But this guy is amazing. For 1, a white and a black, he is a 4/4 god creature with menace, lifelink, and indestructible. Ketrimos can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Guys, this guy pops off. Early game, he might be a little difficult. He's just going to be coming out and doing nothing early game. But if he's your commander, you don't have to have him do anything. You just let him sit. And then as soon as you meet that 7 or more cards in exile, you just toss him out. This guy is going to pop off. He's also great in the 99. I've seen a lot of people use him in the 99. So good couple packs. We've got 4 more of these guys. We'll go a little faster on these guys. We did get our gold wild card there. Cecil Dark Knight. Oh my God. I love the art on this card. I love his showcase art too. His showcase art is so good. For a single black 2/3 human knight creature with death touch. Whenever Cecil deals damage, you lose that much life. Then if your life total is less than or equal to half of your starting life total, untap and transform. He becomes Cecil Redeemed Paladin, 4/4 with lifelink and protect. Whenever he attacks, other attacking creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. We're actually going to be debating throwing him in a deck. He's probably going to go in the sideboard at the very least. But the deck, if we don't do draft today, got my 1-drop. That's right. Dude, this is a great 1-drop. For a 1-drop 2/3, we like that. Esper Origins, this is another Final Fantasy card. Surveil 2, you gain 2 life. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, exile it, then put it onto battlefield. transformed under its owner's control. Which one does this become? Is this Meduin? Yeah, Meduin. Summon Esper Meduin. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, go ahead and put it in your hand. On his second turn, you're adding 2 green to your mana base, and on his third turn, other creatures you control get +2/+2, gain trample. Now's the time to, on turn 2, with that extra 2 green mana, that's when you drop your gigantic Cactuar. Ivory, what's happening? Good to see you, my guy. You drop your jumbo Cactuar turn 2, and then turn 3, he gets +2/+2 and trample, so that you are doing 10,001 damage on a single turn. Sounds like a plan to me. Ashra Animist. This is from Foundations, another set that I very, very much enjoyed. This is a 2 and a Gruul, which is red-green. 4/4 Lizard Druid. Trample. Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains trample and gets +X/+X, where X is this creature's power. I like this card a lot. There's another card. They're the twins. I'm going to forget their name, but very similar effect. I think he's a little more expensive, but still. Now that I'm done with Mario Kart, I'm here. Dude, I hope some of you guys, I know for a fact you were just waiting to get your hands on the new Mario Kart, my friend. Hopefully you got it. Ninja Blades. This is a card I do want for my Esper Equipment Commander deck. This is Job Select, meaning it makes a 1/1 hero creature token when it enters the battlefield and equips to it. It doesn't have to sit and wait a turn to be used. It gets to be used right away. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, is a ninja, and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. That player loses life equal to the discarded card's mana value. Amazing little equipment. And there's our hero token. In the set, there are, I want to say, 8 different hero tokens that you can collect. And they base those hero tokens off of players in the game of Final Fantasy XIV. All of the hero tokens are Final Fantasy XIV character avatars. So some of them look very unique, very cool. I have seen it is a very popular thing on Etsy to make your own hero tokens using your own Final Fantasy XIV characters. I'm thinking of doing my D&D characters that I host for D&D. I run a Final Fantasy XIV Dungeons & Dragons campaign. I'm thinking of turning them into my hero tokens because I love all of their characters. Last rare, the Earth Crystal. I need all 5 of these for my Legends Matter deck. Green spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, twice that many are put on instead. And then for 6 and tap, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 creatures you control. Yeah, the Mario Kart person got the new Mario Kart. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, right? I would have never guessed. Dude, I did see that some people were cruising around as a cow, and now I want that Mario Kart just so that I can race as a cow. I thought that sounded awesome. Okay, yeah, Earth Crystal. You double all your +1/+1 counters, so for 6 mana, you're not doing 2 +1/+1 counters, you're doing 4. It doubles its own effect, right? So, this is a very scary card. All the crystals, I think they did really well. Card for Jinra, go Ninjas. Hell yeah, we're gonna make a card for Jinra. And our mythic is Maha. It's Feathers Knight. This card is amazing if you get Xenos from the Final Fantasy set. Xenos gives, when it enters, all creatures -2/-2. Maha, for 3 and 2 black, 6/5 flyer, has flying, trample, ward, discard a card, and creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. This effectively turns Xenos into a board wipe. Hell yeah, that's what we like to talk about, baby. Maha is a very fun card. I did not pull it. I pulled a collector booster box and a full booster box of Bloomburrow. Did not pull a single Maha. And I did not pull the little weasel rogue character either. I really wanted both of them. I did not pull them. All right, on to our next pack here. Show me those mythics. All right, we got 3 mythics. What do we got? We're going to do the rares all in one batch here. Coma World Eater from Foundations. Can't be countered. It is a 7-cost spell, 8/12. Not the biggest booty in Magic the Gathering. Adamantoise takes that cake with 20 toughness. Trample in Ward 4. Whenever Coma deals combat damage to a player, create 4/3/3 blue serpent creature tokens named Coma's Coil. So his original card came out in Kaldheim. Very busted card, very strong. Mockingbird, X and a blue. I am making a bird deck, a Bant bird deck. Mockingbird is a huge component of that. You may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with mana value less than or equal to the amount of mana spent to cast this creature, except it's a bird in addition to its other types, and it has flying. So what do? We just make it a token copy of Adventuring Chocobo, and then you get a bunch of land drops, because that's awesome. That's what we like to do. Summon GF Cerberus. I still haven't figured out what GF stands for. Don't ask me. I don't know. I only played half of Final Fantasy VIII. It's not my favorite Final Fantasy. Roast me in the comments all you like. Final Fantasy VIII is not my favorite Final Fantasy. JP5, his wife, would kick my ass for saying that. That is her favorite Final Fantasy. He is one of the new enchantment creature sagas. These are what the summons are from Final Fantasy. Turn 1, you get a Surveil one. Turn 2, when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets. And his third turn, you do that same thing, but you do it twice. You're getting 3 for the cost of 1 on your spells. Very, very fun. Let's get into our mythics here. Salvation Engine. This is a Aether Drift. Can't say I know too much about Aether Drift. I skipped this set, but I might have to jump back into it if I do my Balthier and Fron deck, because they care about vehicles. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. I like that already. Whenever this vehicle attacks, return up to 1 target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I like that a lot. And then it's Crew 6, a little bit tough, but we can make it happen. Bloodthirsty Conqueror, a mythic from Foundations. 5-drop, 5/5, flying death touch. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Simple as that. This can infinite combo with a whole bunch of cards that are, whenever you gain life, you deal that much life. You deal that much damage to target player. With you doing that, it triggers again, and you just until everybody's dead. He does have infinite combos. There he is. Summon Bahamut. This is the Final Fantasy X variant of Bahamut. One of the best variants of Bahamut, in my opinion. His muscled out, just like, looks like a gym bro, folding his arms because he knows he's going to clap cheeks. Oh, yeah. All day long. He is a 9-drop, 9/9 Saga Dragon. Turn 1 and 2, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Just for having him on the field for 2 turns, you are killing 2 things. This can be great in one-on-one. This can be great in Commander if you've got multiple threats across the board. On turn 3, you get to draw 2 cards, but what we're all here for is turn 4, his Mega Flare. This creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. The key part of this is he does not include himself. It says other permanents you control, meaning he does not include his 9 mana cost in this cost. But if you have, say, 15 mana costs across your board on the field, you're dealing 15 damage to every player directly to the face. That is big. That is huge. So we like Bahamut. I've got a couple ideas I will be bouncing around for Bahamut. 2 more of these gold packs to go, and then we got 50 packs for Final Fantasy to open up. Dion, Bahamut's dominant. We're going to open up all these rares here really quick. We'll go through them one at a time. We got some good ones. Dion, Bahamut's dominant. Speaking of Bahamut, we got the boy who turns into Bahamut from Final Fantasy 16. Dion is a 4-drop, 3/3 human noble knight. During your turn, Dion and other knights you control have flying, and when he enters, create a 2/2 knight creature token. For 6 and tapping him, you can exile him and flip him over. He becomes Bahamut, Warden of Light. For turns 1 and 2, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until end of turn. and then Giga Flare, destroy target permanent, exile, and flip him back over to Dion. You get to just repeat this over and over and over again. It's a great card, huge bomb. If you were to draft into this, put it in your deck. This is such a good bomb for limited. It's a great card in general, but that's what you're looking for. Doomsday Excruciator, that is a 6 black. Yeah, I think you're only playing this if you're playing mono black. It is a demon. When this creature enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. Beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. That sounds awful. I'm sure there are exile shenanigans that work with that card, but not for me. No, thank you. Enduring Innocence, 3-drop Sheep Glimmer. This is an enchantment creature, 2/1 lifelink. Whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, so just good little white weenie deck. If it was a creature returned to the battlefield under its own control, it's an enchantment. All right, so it goes from being a creature to enchantment. Pretty cool. Sitavarma, Masked Racer, Human Rogue. Exhaust for X, 2 green and a blue. Put X +1/+1 counters on Sitavarma. Then you may have the base power and toughness of each creature you control become equal to Sitavarma's power until end of turn. That's pretty cool for 2 and a green, or a green and a blue. Good little 2-drop. I like that. The exhaust can be a little difficult to get around, but you know, it's not terrible. Here he is, boys. My bird commander, Choco, Seeker of Paradise. He is in Bant. I did say I was going to do a Bant birds deck. Here he is. Let's see. Is the most black pips in MTG? I would imagine that 6 black pips is definitely the most. I can think of one that has 5, but not 6. 6 is probably the highest. You are making a very good point there. If you are playing, what's the mechanic from Theros? Devotion? Yeah, Devotion. He'd be great for Devotion. You get 6 pips off of that. But let's get into Choco, Seeker of Paradise. He is a 4-drop, 1 Bant, 3/5 bird creature. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand, then put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield, tapped, and the rest into your graveyard. Whenever a land you control enters, Choco gets +1/+0 until end of turn. This guy in tandem with the Wandering Bard, your lands don't need to come in tapped. Put them in untapped. Who cares? Great card. Mythic. Walk-in Closet and the Forgotten Cellar. This is a room card from Duskmourn. You may play lands from your graveyard. When you unlock this door, you may cast spells from your graveyard this turn. And if a card would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Pretty interesting. A little bit of graveyard shenanigans. There are some land decks that I'm sure would love this. Anything with Crucible of Worlds and things like that lets you play lands from your graveyard. Pairs very well with that. We got one more golden pack, boys. Let's see what this is all about. We got 2 mythic rares. Let's open up our rares here. Kane, Traitorous Dragoon. Kind of an interesting card. This is like a pass it through the table. This goes into the flavor of Kane. He's from Final Fantasy IV. He kind of betrays the party at one point. Leaves, puts him in a sticky situation. Kane's going to do the same thing at your table. You're going to have him. During your turn, Kane has flying. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, you draw that many cards, create that many tapped treasure tokens, then lose that much life. So this is all based off of his power that you're doing this effect. It's like, yes, I'm hitting you. You're going to get a great card, but I need to reap the benefits, right? So even though you're giving him a creature, you're getting a lot out of it, all for the cost of a little bit of life. He's in black. Pair him up in a black and white deck. You get lifelink. Pair him up with Cecil. We saw Cecil earlier, right? Cecil has lifelink. Who cares if you give him a little bit of card advantage in the form of a creature? Who cares if you take a little life? You can gain it back. you're going to get treasure tokens and draw cards. That's what you like. Card advantage is key. We also have Scavenger Regent, which is a dragon from Tarkir. Each non-dragon creature gets -X until end of turn. This is a great card. I need to see if I pulled this in my Tarkir packs. I need to throw that in my dragon deck. Ward, discard a card. Ward is always great. Nashi, Searcher of the Dark, Rat, Ninja, Wizard. Blue-black 2/2 menace. Whenever Nashi deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put any number of legendary and or enchantment cards from among them into your hand. If you put no cards into your hand, put a +1/+1 counter on Nashi. Pretty cool. You're tossing stuff. That can get dangerous very quick if you don't have the right build, but it's also beneficial. Interesting that it's enchantments. Blue-black typically doesn't get a big focus on enchantments, but no idea how any of this works. I'm just nodding and agreeing. Ivory, we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you, all right? We're going to go through, I think today we're going to build a deck. Tomorrow, I think we'll draft. But today we're going to build a deck. And great way for new players who are interested in trying it out. If you've never seen it before, you'll kind of get to see the process, get to see some fun cards. I mean, we got 50 packs of Final Fantasy to open. We are going to be making a very fun Final Fantasy. Here he is, boys. Jumbo Cactuar, 5 and 2 green, so he is a little expensive. If you're playing this on turn, it's coming out turn 7. He's in green, though, so you're probably playing him on turn 3 or 4. Let's be honest. He is a 1/7 with, whenever this creature attacks, it gets +9,999 +0. Very flavorful. You only get 20 life in a standard game of Magic. You get 40 in Commander. Either way, if this guy hits your opponents, they're dead. There's no getting around it. They're just dead. That's how it works here in Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering. Let's look at our mythics. We have Riptide Gearhulk from Aetherdrift, Double Strike and Prowess. I like that. I like that a lot. White and blue. You're paying 5 mana for this guy for a 2/5 with Double Strike and Prowess. Prowess just means when you play a spell, it gets +1/+1. Okay? When this creature enters, for each opponent, put up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. The cactus sounds overpowered. You could ask JP5, that's Iceman from Twitch. You could ask him his thoughts. He hates this card. He never wants to see this card on the table ever. I don't care what you're talking about. There are so many combos you can do to make this guy very deadly. He's going to piss a lot of people off. He is very strong, but he's expensive as well, so he's not the easiest to get out. Traveling Chocobo, let's go, baby. We got one of the big pulls from Final Fantasy. This is a 2 and a green 3/2 bird. You may look at the top card of your library. Your library is your deck, right? You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. You're getting 2 for the price of 1. He's cheap. He's handsome. Look at that. He's just a good little chicken horse. Look at that chicken horse. And that's not even his best art. That's not even his showcase art. Great card. He's going in the Bant Bird deck. He's probably going in the 5-color legend deck as well. He's not legendary, but the fact that he lets you trigger on things entering the battlefield, that is key right there. Go Bant Birds, baby. Burb. Yes, he is a burb. Be nice if you could first strike him, but 7 toughness is a lot. Yeah, 7 toughness is a lot. Just overkill him. -9,999. 3 drop. Kills everything in the game. All right, boys. We have 53 packs. 53 of Final Fantasy. Are you guys ready? We're going to open these 10 at a time. This is only going to show us. Here, we'll do this. I'll open the 3 rando packs so you guys can see some of the common and uncommon slots. We'll then open 10 packs at a time. Okay? So, pack number 1. You get a rare, no mythics. We do get an uncommon. A promise fulfilled. This is from the bonus sheet. There's a bonus sheet that has cards from the history of Magic the Gathering, given flavorful Final Fantasy art. Some of the art is awesome. Some of the art is meh. I'm not a fan. This card is okay. This is Light Up the Stage, 2 in a red, Spectacle for 1. So I believe it's if you dealt damage this turn, you get to pay it for 1 instead of 3. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Just gives you what's called a little bit of chaos, where you got it kind of sitting and waiting. If you don't use it, it goes away, right? Weapons Vendor. When this creature enters, draw a card at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control an equipment, you may pay 1 when you do attach target equipment you control. So typically, equipment cards have an equipped cost. So you pay 3 to play the card. It costs 2 to attach it to a creature to get the effect, right? He's just letting you do that for 1. Kind of cool. Pretty decent little common. We do get Robin Oster, the Royal City, for those of you who have been fans of my channel for a long time. This is Final Fantasy XII, my personal favorite Final Fantasy game. We did play this on stream. We did a modded version of it. It was amazing. So we do have one of the new towns in red or white here. We have Call the Mountain Chocobo. Search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters. This gets +1/+0. And the card has flashback, so you can play it twice if you like. Sabotender. A 1 red with reach. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Good little pip card. Gladiolus. This guy is from Final Fantasy 15. He is one of the boy band guys from the boy band. When Gladiolus Amicia enters, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. And whenever a land you control enters, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and trample at the end of the turn. He's a little expensive. He costs 6. 6/6 for 6. That's a little expensive. He's also in the uncommon slot, so it's okay. Starting Town. Here we go. This land enters tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. Tap, add a colorless, or pay 1 life. Add 1 mana of any color. I need this for my 5-color Legends deck, so this is great. We'll take that all day. Let's open up another one. Boom. All right, we got Prompto, one of the other boy band members. You got you got Gladiolus fighting by himself in the background there. He is a 1 in a red with haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, at least 4 mana was spent to cast it. Create a treasure token. You get a little mana for spending mana. Item Shopkeeper, also 1 in a red. Whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature gains menace till end of turn. The Balam T-Rexar for 4 and 2 green. He's a 6/6 with trample. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. And it has 4 cycling, meaning you can pay the 2, discard this card from your hand, and go look for a forest instead. Great way to balance out your hand with some land if you need it. We have another town. This is the Baron Airship Kingdom. This is from Final Fantasy IV. Baron is one of the towns there. This land enters tapped for blue or red. Shinra reinforcements. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards, you gain 3 life. So you have to scrap your deck a little bit, but it's all right. Side quest, raise a chocobo. Transforms into our black chocobo. Whenever this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters. It gets +1/+0 until end of turn. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you control 4 or more birds, transform. When this permanent transforms into black chocobo, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. I like that. Just get a free land. It's not even a basic land. It's for a land card. You can look for any land card you want with this card. Whenever a land you control enters, birds you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. So this is not, it gets +1/+0. It's all birds you control. So you can stack up some scary birds. Ultima, destroy all artifacts and creatures, end the turn. Just like that. This card is okay if you're playing it as a sorcery. You're going to be ending your turn more than likely anyways. If you're playing this on your turn as a sorcery, what you really want to do is put it in a deck with blue and have something that allows you to play instant or sorceries as if they had flash. or permanents as if they had flash, or spells as if they had flash, right? Permanents, not so much. It's a sorcery. But if you have something that lets you play sorceries as if they have flash, or spells as if they have flash, you can play this on someone else's turn. Destroy everything, and then their turn ends. No questions asked. That's just what happens. Good if you are able to build it up into something besides a sorcery. Play it at instant speed, right? We like disrupting our other friends' turns because we want to win. Nice, we get Wild Rose Rebellion counterspell. Beautiful art. Yoshitaka Amano. Flip the vowels there with my dyslexia. This is a beautiful card. Unfortunately, it is banned in a lot of stuff on Arena. As you can see, it is not legal in Historic or Traditional Historic, where I believe it can be played. I don't think you can play this in Standard right now, but it does not mean you can't put it into a Brawl deck, which Brawl is Arena's variant of Commander. There may be some other things like Alchemy that allow you to play this. I don't know. We'd have to look. But all together, beautiful Amano art. We have the Phantom Train. We did not get the card that goes with the Phantom Train. This is Final Fantasy VI. For 3 and a black, it's a 4/4 vehicle with trample. Sacrifice another artifact or creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on this vehicle. It becomes a spirit artifact creature in addition to its other types. Fun fact, it doesn't have crew. It's a vehicle that doesn't have crew because in the game, only the dead crew this card. So the living couldn't crew the train. So they made that flavorful. We've already seen Shinra reinforcements. We do get Summon GF Ifrit. Turn 1 and 2, you may discard a card. If you do draw a card, turn 3 and 4, add red. Good little common that just gives you some extra card advantage in your hand while also adding you a little bit of mana to get it out. We have Cloud-Bound Moogle. This is flying. Whenever this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. And it has plane cycling, so you can sack it for a planes. This is a tiered card, so you pay the 1 and a black. You can pay nothing until end of turn. Target creature you control gains, when this creature dies, returns to the battlefield tapped under its owner control, and has the chosen base power toughness. So you can have it for 0, come in as a 3/2. So this is 2 already. You're playing 1 and a black. It can come in as a 3/2. For 2 and a black, it can come in as a 5/2. Or for 4 and a black, it can come as a 7/2. Good little common card. This is just in reference to his limit break from the original Final Fantasy VII. I don't believe, I haven't beaten 7 Remake yet. Well, I've beaten Remake, Rebirth, whatever the second one is. Rebirth? I think it's Rebirth. The first one is Remake, and then the second one is Rebirth. I haven't beat Rebirth yet, so I have not seen Vincent. I would imagine he's going to be in the next one. But in the OG Final Fantasy VII, he can transform into like classic horror creatures, right? So those are the cards. Let's look at our rare. Balthier and Fran, baby. Some of my favorites. You love to see them. Balthier and Fran, they did this card so much injustice by not making them pirates. I'm still salty about this because now you can't use them with Vaughn. Vaughn has an ability that wants to work with rogues, scouts, and pirates, I believe are the 3 cards. Balthier and Fran are none of those things. They're sky pirates in the game, but they're just not pirates in Magic the Gathering. Don't ask me why. That's just how it is. They are a 3-drop, 4/3 with reach. Vehicles you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance and reach. So they don't tap when they attack, and they can hit stuff that fly. We like that. That sounds awesome. Whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase, you may pay 3. And if you do, after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. So you just swing at your opponent with a bunch of vehicles. They all have vigilance. So you get to hit them again because all your stuff has vigilance. Maybe. There are some workarounds in the fact that they have to stay crewed. And I think they stay crewed until end of turn. So this would work fine. Who cares? They got vigilance, you can attack again. Those are our 3 packs. Let's open 10 at a shot now, boys. I believe you only see the rares. Oh, no. We're going to get a card dump here. we'll look at our common, uncommon slots in a sec. Let's open up 4 of these rares here. We get the Lunar Whale. It's a 4-drop vehicle in blue. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. As long as the Lunar Whale attacked this turn, you may play the top card of your library. Simple enough. We have Summon Titan. I believe this is the Final Fantasy 15 version of Titan. You get turn 1 mill 5 cards. Kind of sucks, but you're playing a 7/7 on turn 5. So you kind of have to eat it somehow, right? Turn 2, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. The deck that I have seen this played in is Bant Birds. You throw it in. Yes, I realize he's not a bird. Like, he's big enough that birds could use his armpits as nesting spots, right? But think about it. All the birds from Final Fantasy care about land drops. So if you're able to return all lands from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, you're just getting landfall triggers like crazy. If you filled your deck with Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, things that let you play a land, sack a land, and go find another land, you're getting 2 lands off of that, right? So he just allows you to build up again with the lands in your graveyard. And then turn 3, till end of turn, another target creature you control gains trample. It's +X/+X, where X is the number of lands you control. Yeah, that's awesome. Firion, Wild Rose Warrior. This is going to be the deck we're building today. Firion is a key part of this deck. So he is a legendary creature, human rebel warrior. See, they can give Firion 3 card types. They can make him a human rebel warrior, but they can't make Balthier and Fron human rabbit pirates. It's because it's Final Fantasy 12. I'm telling you guys, someone at Wizards does not like Final Fantasy 12. But Firion is a 3-drop, 3/3. Equipped creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it costs 2 less to activate, and sacrifice it at the beginning of the next upkeep. So, sticks around for 1 turn, and then it goes away. But you can make some good little tokens, and by sacking those tokens, there are cards that want to see artifacts die. We'll get into that when we build the deck, right? Darkness Crystal, to go with our Earth Crystal. Black spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it, and you gain 2 life. For 6, put target creature card exiled with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield, tapped under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters. You love it. You love to see it. Let's get 4 more rares opened up here. Nice. Huge. We get a rare wild card. And we get 2 of the rare towns. So we get Midgard, City of Mako. This is from Final Fantasy VII. As a adventure, you may sacrifice an artifact or creature and draw 2 cards. Good little card draw. Or you can play it tapped as a black land. We also got Balam Garden, Seed Academy from Final Fantasy VIII. Taps for blue or green, or for 7, you can transform it into a vehicle. Costs 1 less for each other town you control, by the way. The vehicle is a 5/4 with flying, and whenever it attacks, you draw a card. Bartz and Boko, they're going in the Bant Bird deck. You gotta love these guys. This card is crazy. It has affinity for birds. That just means for all the birds you have, it costs 1 less to play. Normally, it would cost 5. You can get it as cheap as 2 green. He's a 4/3. When Bartz and Boko enter, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Great way to just gang up on the one big scary creature your opponent has and kill them with all your birds. Just peck them to death. Sorry, throat was getting dry there. I'm going to be sipping on this blood orange tea all afternoon because I know I'm going to lose my voice after going over all the... God damn, we got 3 rare lands. We get the green Xanarkin, Ancient Metropolis. Its adventures create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token and put a +1/+1 counter on it for each land you control. Costs 6. It's a little pricey, but if you're playing this on turn 6, you're getting +6/+6, right? it's a big cost. It's a big cost, but you get a big hero off of it as well. Otherwise, you can tap it for green, and then we get another copy of Cecil. Let's look at some of our uncommon slots here. See if we get anything interesting. This lets you search for an artifact. Attacking creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn and has flashback. Good little combat trick. Unexpected request. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. You may attach an equipment you control to that creature, and if you do, unattach it at the beginning of the end step. So you just take control of something, give it something to beat the opponent with, let them go for it, and then give it back and keep your equipment. Kind of just like spitting in their face and then making them eat the loogie, right? Poison the waters. Choose one. All creatures get -1/-1 till end of turn, or target player reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card, and that player discards it. Got a job select, gives us a hero token for the Thief's Knife. Good creature gets +1/+1, and whenever this creature deals combat damage, draw a card. Makes it a rogue as well. This is a card I'm so salty on. Again, huge Final Fantasy 12 fan. We've already discussed how they clearly don't like Final Fantasy 12. Side quest, Hunt the Mark. When this enchantment enters, destroy up to one target creature. So you get to kill something. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under an opponent's control this turn, create a treasure token. Then if you control 3 or more treasures, transform. This transforms into Yasmat, right? Here, I'll show you. Yasmat, Ultimate Mark. He is the... I gotta eat my words here a little bit. He is not the hardest boss in the game. That is Omega Mark 12 by far. He is the most annoying boss in the game. He also holds the record for highest HP count of any non-MMO Final Fantasy boss, with 50 million HP. He's a 5/6. That does not sound like 50 million. I think they could have at least made him a 10 body. If they made him like increase the cost from 3 and 2 black to 4 and 2 black, you could keep his power at 5, but make him like a 5/8 or a 5/10. Something that makes it sound like he's got a boatload of HP. And then for 1 and a black and sacrifice another creature artifact, he gains indestructible. So he can stick around, but they did him dirty, guys. That's what we're trying to get at. The Gold Saucer, another town. Eden Seat of the Sanctum. We did get Omega Heartless Evolution. It is expensive. It's a 7-drop. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put X stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. Beautiful card. It is expensive, but it's an artifact. So there are ways to cheap out artifacts pretty easily. Torgal, Best Boy. Whenever you cast your first human creature spell each turn, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each dog and or wolf you control. Kind of fun if you wanted to build a werewolf deck that has both dogs and humans. Another capital city. Tap, add 1, or 1 and tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Just lets you manipulate your mana base a little bit. Also has cycling. Another summon. Elixir is an interesting card. This artifact enters tapped 5 and tap. Exile this artifact. Shuffle all non-land cards from your graveyard into your library. You gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled this way. Lets you keep playing if you're running out of cards. I'm looking at you, mill players. Battle menu, 1 in a while. Oh, dude, look at that knight token. Is this what the knight tokens look like in the paper set? Ooh, we might need to collect knight tokens now. Those are sick. You get to choose one for 2 mana, 1 and a white. You can create a 2/2 white knight creature token, or target creature gets +0/+4 until end of turn. Good combat trick. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. We like that. Or you gain 4 life. Just good versatile card for 2. We like that a lot. Anything? Oh yeah. We got Tonberry, baby. For 1 black, this creature enters tapped with a stun counter. During your turn, this creature has first strike and death touch. Just auto kills everything. Very flavorful to this creature from Final Fantasy. Titus Blitzball Star. This is his main set card. He has a commander card as well. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Titus. Whenever Titus attacks, tap target creature an opponent controls. It's in reference to his Blitzball ability. Instant Ramen. Has flash when this artifact enters, draw a card. Sacrifice it, you gain 3 life. So we got Stroke of Midnight from the bonus sheet. This is Memories of Nibelheim. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white human creature token. Good removal in white. And then we get into our common slot. We do have get something like Choco Kick. Turn a land you control to its owner hand as kicker. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. If the spell is kicked, it deals twice that damage. Pretty awesome. We got our good friend the Marlboro. 6-drop, Bad Breath. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards of their library. That's a pretty good little card for limited. I would not want to be fighting that guy in limited format. Vigilance, Reach, Trample, 6/6, Demon for the Iron Giant. And I'm not seeing too much else. Oh, we do get Undercity Dire Rat from Final Fantasy 12. Creature dies, create a treasure token. Why not? Blitzball Shot. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample. That's for your Jumbo Cactuar. Got Fat Chocobo. We got our map. Ice Flan. Oh, Slash of Light is actually a pretty good card. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, plus the number of equipment you control to target creature. Good removal in white as well. Light of Judgment, I know, is another good one. That lets you deal 6 damage to target creature and destroy one of the equipment attached to it. Kind of a buy 1, get 2. Town Greeter. When this creature enters, mill 4 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you put a town card in this way, you gain 2 life. And then we just get all of our common lands. You'll love to see it. We get 2 Ravenosters. We like that a lot. All right, boys, the next 10. Got a Mythic. Probably got a couple Mythics, I would imagine, out of 10 packs. Oh, yeah, we got 2. Let's open up all of our rares first. So we got Lidbloom, Industrial Regency. This is from Final Fantasy 9, if I'm not mistaken. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token. With whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Justin, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Here's the town that you need. Otherwise, it taps for red. We have our 1-drop white Stiltskin Moogle Merchant. I believe he's from Final Fantasy 5. He's a 1/2 with lifelink and tap 2 in him. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. And if they do, you draw a card. I don't know. Give him a clue token. Who cares? Got a bunch of food? Give him some food. You get a draw card. You want the card you draw more than you want the tokens. So we do have Vana, Heart of Hydaelyn, who transforms into Hydaelyn the Mother Crystal. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's what sucks about this card. It could have been amazing if they did not make it a 1-only card. For 7, exile it, transforms. Is a 4/4 indestructible. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. It gains indestructible. If it's legendary, you draw a card. No limits on the flip side. Second copy of Starting Town. Zodiark, Umbral God. Zodiark is featured in a couple games. He is in Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy Tactics, basically anything that takes place in Ivalice, as well as Final Fantasy 14. He is the big bad at the end of the first batch of expansions. He is the 5 pip black that I was talking about. And for those of you who don't play Magic, pip just indicates a color mana. So where you see the 5 skulls at the top right corner, that's its mana cost. So if he's got black pips, 5 black pips. It just means you have to pay 5 black mana to play him. Very specific. He's a 5/5 god with indestructible. When Zodiark enters, each player sacrifices half the non-god creatures they control of their choice, rounded down. Whenever a player sacrifices another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Zodiark. There you go. Beautiful. Dude, I've wanted to build a god deck. I can't tell you how long. The problem with building a god deck is god cards are expensive. I think at one point I totaled up the deck that I wanted to build to be like close to $300. Hence the reason I don't have it. But he would be great in it because he's a god card and each player has to sacrifice non-god creatures, meaning if your whole board was nothing but gods, you don't have to sacrifice shit. Just saying. The one-sided board wipe. We love those. Matoya Archon Elder. She is from Final Fantasy 14. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. Justin, I'm looking at you for your draw deck. It's a 1/4. Good little body. Hard to kill early on. We do get the Genji Glove. Equipped creature has double strike whenever equipped creature attacks. If it's the first combat, untap it. And after this, there is another combat phase. So you just get to go to combat twice. We also get the Summoner's Grimoire. This is part of the Summoner deck I would like to build. Has job select, meaning you create a 1/1 token. It is automatically attached to that. Equipped creature is a Shaman and has, whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. Guys, the new Saga cards are all enchantment creatures. They come out swinging. There are other enchantment creatures, though, in the game. This has all kinds of reverberating effects throughout Magic. It's not just Final Fantasy. This is a good equipment. All right, boys. What you all came for, our Mythic Rares. We get a Mythic Wild card and Vivi. Vivi is the chase card in this set. I would say, besides the neon foil chocobos and the serialized gold chocobo, Vivi is the card everybody wants. For 0, add X mana in any combination of blue and or red where X is Vivi's power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Vivi and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. What? A 0/3. You can't activate this right away if you don't have a way to power him up. But I mean, for 3 mana, if you drop him and can even get just 1 +1/+1 counter on this dude, you're getting free mana. It costs 0 to activate this ability. You want to know why this is busted? Because the lead designer of Magic the Gathering, this is his favorite character. He designed that card. That's why it's busted. And then the Mythic Wild card, I believe that makes number 9. That is number 9 for me. We have 9 Mythic Wild cards. Gives us plenty to work with as we build decks. Again, just kind of looking at some of the cooler ones. We did get Newfound Adventure, which is Farseek, with our Final Fantasy 14 alternate art. Search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain. Put onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. We do get Garland as well. Garland is one of the main villains from the original Final Fantasy. He becomes Chaos the Endless, flying, and when he dies, put him on the bottom of his own library. Choco Comet. Choco Comet deals X damage to any target. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token. With it gains +0/+1 from land entering. Zach Fair. I know this is a pretty popular card. For 1 white, he's a 0/1 creature that enters with a +1/+1 counter. For 1 and sacrificing him, target creature you control gains indestructible and put counters and equipment from him to that creature. So pretty solid little card. Oh, there's another bonus sheet. Laboratory Maniac from Vanadiel Adventures. This is Final Fantasy 11 with the beautiful Tetsuya Nomura art for those of you who are into Kingdom Hearts. Tetsuya Nomura is the director of that game. His art style is very, very evident. A lot of the Kingdom Hearts art tends to look like this. Well, if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. So just mill yourself, draw a crap load of cards. You'll win eventually. The Emperor of Palamecia, he is a human noble wizard. Tap, add blue or red, spend this mana only to cast non-creature spells. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on the Emperor Palamecia. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters, transform it. He becomes the Lord Master of Hell. Whenever the Lord Master of Hell attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard. Yeah, that's a little scary. For 2, that's a little scary. This person just lets you make little frog creature tokens. She's from Final Fantasy IX. She's the blue mage. Stolen uniform. This just lets you steal equipment. Another tiered spell. This is Thunder Magic. Deals 2 damage to target creature for 1 red. So this is no additional cost. For 3 additional costs, so a total of 4, you can deal 4 damage, or for 7, you can deal 8 damage to target creature. Pretty good. There's better removal, I think, but it's okay. Slash of Light deals damage equal to the number of creatures and equipment you control. Some of these we have already seen. This is, again, the common slot. That's going to happen. Gale Cat, or I guess it's Gaily Cat. It's a cat nonetheless. You guys know cats are my favorite tribe in in Magic the Gathering. It's a 1/3 flyer with vigilance. As long as you control 2 or more artifacts, this creature gets +2/+0. Goes pretty good in cat decks too, because they like artifacts, some of them. For 2 and a black, return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad. I think that's going to do it, boys. Everything else we've either seen or isn't looking super interesting. We do get our towns here at the end. Let's open up another 10. Mythics. Mythics. We're hoping for 2 again, maybe 3. Oh, we got 3. All right, let's open up all of our rares. Ooh, this was a juicy pack. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of this. That means we got a double up here. It's more than likely because some of these are bonus sheet cards. A Realm Reborn. Other permanents you control have tap 1 mana of any color. This can turn your creatures into mana pips. This can turn your food tokens to allow them to tap, your clue tokens to allow them to tap for mana. You'll notice your mana go up real quick with this card. Machinist Arsenal, probably one of my personal favorite equipments out of the deck. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 for each artifact and is an artificer in addition to its other types. So if you like artifact decks, this is going to get huge. This is a big boy. All right. 4 more here. There we go. 2 bonus sheet cards in the rare. Giant of Babel. I want to say this is Final Fantasy 1 or 2. Can't remember which one. And this was, I believe, the first instance of Alexander that we ever saw. It was just known as the Giant of Babel. It wasn't named Alexander until a later Final Fantasy. But this card is actually Traxos Scourge of Krug for 4 colorless. It is a 7/7 with trample that enters tapped and does not untap during your untap step. But whenever you cast a historic spell, which is a legendary or artifact spell, it gets to untap. Right? Genova, Ancient Calamity. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Genova's power and up to 1 other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. So she just all kinds of advantage off of her. We've already seen Matoya. We have not seen the Fire Crystal. Red spells cost 1 less, and then create a treasure token that's a copy, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, and you sacrifice it at the end. So pretty cool. Just getting to make a second of a big creature you have. Fal'Cie Paradise, Carpet of Flowers. At the beginning of each of your main phases, if you haven't added mana with this
ability this turn, you may add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of islands target opponent controls. So if your opponent plays blue, this card is awesome. If not, this card does nothing. It's real pretty. Let's get into these. I think this is the last rare. The Earth Crystal we've already seen. Our mythics are Emmett Selk, Final Fantasy 14. Another wizard card. Whenever Emmett Selk enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Pretty good. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform him. He becomes Hades, Sorcerer of Eld, Vigilance, and during your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card or token will be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. It is a 6/6. This is a big boy. He's also very popular. He's seen a lot of play in the last couple weeks as the set has been released. Emmett Selk, very, very good, solid card. I mean, he's a 3 for 2/4. Pretty solid. Dark Confident. This is a reprint. This is an older card. Fun fact, Dark Confident was designed by a player of Magic the Gathering. He won a big tournament and got to make his own card. This is the card that he made. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. And then we get a mythic token to go along with our gold token. Anything good? We did get Strixhaven Stadium. I believe that's if you have 10 or more counters on this card, you win the game. We got Imperial City of Arcades. This is another Final Fantasy 12 card. Just coming in as Wall of Omens. Just a good little uncommon wall. Clash of Icons is another big one that we're going to need for our summoning deck. For 1 green, you get to do one of the following or all of the following if you want. Target creature you control fights other target creature. Remove a lore counter from target saga and put a lore counter on target saga you control. Very fun. Anything else? Oh, Lionheart. A bunch of people are pissed off at this card. Mainly because this is the ultimate weapon for Squall in Final Fantasy VIII. It gives you +2/+1 and deals 2 damage when it enters. Does that sound like an ultimate weapon to you? And yet, Cloud's sword, the Buster Sword, is his first sword, and it's broken as shit. Let that sink in a little bit. Restoration Magic. This card is huge. Rufus Shinra, I don't think deserved a card. He's just in the Final Fantasy VII remake, so I think he got one because of that. There were other slots that needed this more than Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy 12. But I don't think Rufus needed a card. Restoration Magic. For 1 white, you can target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible. For 2, target permanent gains hexproof, indestructible, and you gain 3 life. Or for 5, permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible, and you gain 6 life. So you can protect your whole board and gain life. This is an awesome little 1-drop. Not seeing. Oh, Crystal's Chosen. Create 4 1/1 colorless hero creature tokens, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. This is going into I'm making a job select deck, a little hero deck. This is going in there. Even though it is expensive, it's still a really cool. Search from the Frozen Esper. This is a bonus sheet card. Destroy all artifact. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Its controller gains 4 life. Summon Choco and Mog. This is from Final Fantasy VII. You get to, for 4 turns, stampede. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. Super simple, nothing crazy, but it pumps your whole board, so why not? And then I think we've seen most of the commons at this point. There's a few new ones. We've got Bard's Bow. Group creature is +2/+2 as reach. Ice Magic. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Target creature owner puts it on their choice at the top or bottom of their deck, or target creature's owner shuffles it into their library. Very cool. Gaiashal Greens, that's created 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1/+0. All right. seen most of these guys. And then some more land cards. 10 more packs, baby. What do we get? What do we get? It looks like, I just realized you're not getting any. Go. Sorry guys, let me just get back to my screen. I was just making sure you guys had some sound. I don't hear any sound coming from my audio capture, which is a little interesting. It should be working, but doesn't mean that it is. Not always, anyways. Let's see. Yeah, we want our wave dock. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be picking up the audio capture from Magic the Gathering. It might be something related to this screen. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, let's see. I think we're just going to do all of our rares. I got snubbed on Mythics a little bit. I was hoping out of 53 packs, I would open at least 5 or 6 Mythics, but I think we only have 4 so far. No, we've got 6. We got 6. This will be 7. Okay, so we're doing all right. We're doing all right. But some new ones here. We got Saz Kazroy, another great bird card. You may search your library for a bird or basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Whenever Kazroy attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of counters. We have Hope Esteem. F this dude. He wants you to mill cards based off the amount of life you gain. So whenever you gain life, you have to mill that many cards too. We do get Xenos in his Shinryu flip form. Again, when he enters, target creatures get -2/-2. And this is the entire field. This is not just your opponents. This is everybody. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, so you choose a creature he attaches to, he transforms into Shinryu. As this creature transforms into Shinryu, choose an opponent. When the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. Kind of dumb in single player format, but in commander format, this card is amazing, where you have 3 opponents. All you have to do is focus and beat 1. Oh, pretty solid. Triple Triad. This is the card game that is in a lot of Final Fantasies. Beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until end of turn, you may play the card you own, exile this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value than it without paying their mana cost. So it just lets you play some cards for free from your opponent's deck. Pretty spicy. Another starting town, Minwu White Mage. He's a 5-drop 3/3 cleric. Vigilance and lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each cleric you control. He would be a fun one to do a build around. Just do a cleric deck. Ooh, man, that thing would pop off. Clerics are already very strong. So he would only stand to make them stronger. For sure. Let me see. I'm going to fiddle around. There should be game audio with this as well. It's capturing it from the capture card, which means that it should be... We can just go headphones, maybe. All right, and then we got another Firion, which is good. We need as many Firions as we can get. We did get Tifa too. I skipped over Tifa. Tifa is a 1 in a green, 1/2 trample. Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa's power until end of turn. Very scary, and there are already 3 or 4 combos that have been found online that lets you get a turn 2, turn 3 win with Tifa. Very crazy. Go-Go Master of Mimicry. This is a card I did want for X and X. So let's say X is 2, you would pay it twice. So for 4, tap, copy, target activated or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets for the copies. This ability can't be copied, and X can't beat 0. So it just lets you copy another ability on your field. Very cool. All right, I think we've got 10 left, boys. We didn't look at the common and uncommon slots on that one. The only uncommon I'm really, really wanting is Judge Magister Gabron, my favorite character from Final Fantasy XII. He is an uncommon this set. We get some good rares here. We get Moogle's Valor. For each creature you control, create a 1/2 white Moogle creature token with lifelink. Then creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Just lets you double your board state. Summon Leviathan. Return each creature that isn't a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent to its owner's hand. This would be a great card to play with Coma. Until end of turn, whenever a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent attacks, draw a card. You get great card advantage. You get to wipe the board of everything but your board. This is good. We might build a deck around this. That would be fun to do, like a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, Serpent deck. You can always wildcard him. We sure can. Uncommon wildcards. How many do I have? 322. I think we can afford to get Gabranth. We do get a gold wild card, which is nice. Returning Memories is okay. Let's see. Look at the top 5. Put 1 into your hand, then choose an opponent. They put 1 on the bottom of your library, then you put 1 into your hand. You just go back and forth doing this, where it's like, I pick this one. Which one do you pick? I pick this one. Which one do you pick? It's okay. It's nothing amazing. We do get Raubon. We need him for the deck we're going to be making today. Ward, pay life equal to Raubon's power. If he is huge, there's no getting rid of him. I mean, just based off of what he is now, you have to pay 2 life to get rid of him as is. So no matter how you want to get rid of him, 2 life is required. If he becomes a 10/10, if he becomes a 20/20, no one's casting spells on this dude. Whenever Raubon attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to target attacking creature. Great. We get Summon Primal Odin. This dude is busted. For 6 and a 5/3, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Stage 2, this creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. I call it an Oceans deck. I've always wanted to build one forever around that ability. Well, Leviathan. Justin, Leviathan is your boy. Leviathan is the man. You can build a whole deck around him and wipe the board. Put 2 of him in, I guess not in Commander, but if you're doing a standard deck, you could put 2 or 3. He is... Oh, wait. He is not legendary. You could run 4 of this in a deck. Do it 4 times. That's awesome. I wouldn't put a 6-drop in a deck 4 times, but maybe 2 copies of this would be solid. But yeah, Zantetsuken lets you, if on turn 2 and 3, if he hits somebody, they dead. Like dead. And then his last ability lets you draw 2 cards and each player loses 2 life. So if they somehow survive, they still get pipped for damage. Gilgamesh, Master of Arms. It's everybody's favorite sword hunting goofball. Whenever Gilgamesh enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you put 1 or more equipments onto the battlefield, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control. Just so happens Gilgamesh is a samurai. Fun little card. He's a 6-drop, a little expensive, but I mean, if you're attaching an equipment to a 6/6 creature, you better be winning the game. Aeter and Pre-Win. This is one of the legendary equipments from Final Fantasy XIV, specifically for paladins. Equipped creature has base power and toughness XX, where X is your life total. Throw this in a white lifelink deck, you're going to have a big, scary creature. Big, scary creature. And we get, as our last card, a mythic wild card. Let's just quickly look through this uncommon slot. We do get Laboratory Maniac for the bonus sheet. Another Zac. Lucas Stadium, Strixhaven Stadium. Fire Magic. Dovin's Veto. I believe this is another counter spell. Yeah, the spell can't be countered. Target non-creature spell. Fire Magic lets you do 1 damage to each creature, 2 damage to each creature, or 3 damage to each creature. Random Encounter. I know this card has been getting quite a bit of hype. For 6, shuffle your library, mill 4 cards. Put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield. They gain haste. And at the beginning of the next end step, return those creatures to their owner's hands. So they don't get sacrificed. They just go back to your hand. Battle at the Big Bridge. This is the original encounter with Bartz and Gilgamesh. It is Fatal Push. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. Simple as that. Destroy that creature if it has mana value 4 or less. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn. Something died. Get some revenge with Fatal Push. Black Waltz number 3. Here's one Justin is probably looking for. Not everybody's favorite. Yes, Justin does have a particular grudge against Gilgamesh from D&D. He's not everybody's favorite. But Black Waltz number 3 might be Justin's favorite. He is a wizard. He's a 2/2 for 4 with flying and death touch. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Black Waltz number 3 deals 2 damage to each opponent. That is very scary, especially if you're copying cards. You're just doing that damage over and over and over. Magic Damper. Target creature you control gets +1/+1, gains hexproof. You get to untap it. Syncopate. This is another good counter spell. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it. It looks like we've seen everything else with the exception of this Grand Pulse Ochu, the Plant Beast 1/1. Yeah, I figured you would. I figured you would like that. That is a Death Touch for 8. Until end of turn, this creature gets +1/+1 for each permanent in your graveyard. Yeah, pretty solid grouping of cards. We did get Vane's Treachery. This is a 1 and a black. Target creature gets -2/-2. If you sacrifice an artifact or a creature, it gets -6/-6 instead. A couple more towns. All right. So that was our 50 packs. For our 50 packs, boys. I did get the did I get this? Yeah, I got this. So this is the Mastery Pass. I got this along with the 50 packs. So we're going to get free packs, some stuff for our Mastery sheet, and then we get some of the borderless arts as you go through, some mythic rares, additional packs, some gold. So Tarkir packs, I'll take Tarkir packs. Oh, nice. We get a draft token out of this. That is awesome. That's a huge value. Drafting is a great way to get cards. Aether Drift packs. A Jace Chocobo card. That is actually dope. I love that. This is a blend of Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy offers the Chocobo. He's dressed up like Jace, who is a planeswalker from Magic the Gathering. Love to see it. Some Foundations packs. Really cool. Duskmourn. You got some crystals in here. A lot of common, uncommon, borderless arts. Which is a real shame. I was kind of hoping that the Mastery Pass would have the showcase arts. Showcase arts are so good for this set. Packs. Full Flan. Oh, we do need this. We do need Garnet. Garnet is going to be a big card that we need for... Oh, look. We get Chandra, too? Chandra Chocobo? What? All we need is a Johnny Chocobo. And you just get a random card anywhere past 50. So Omega, Albero, and LMT Rexor. All right. Damn, if you can make it to level 44, you get these badass Sephiroth sleeves. We like you. Let's look at what orbs. Oh my god. Are these sleeves? These are sleeves. Oh my god. My boy Balthier looking so good. I love this art. This is the art that I want. If I do pull Balthier and Fran from some of my boxes, this is the art that I want. His regular art's okay, but this art, man, this art is so good. Oh, Yuna. Yeah, Yuna's art is really good. I like her other art too. She's got another showcase art. We got Squall. Final Fantasy VIII. His lips look a little funky. Furion. Oh, this is another card that I love the showcase treatment of this card. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So good. He looks like such a badass in that armor. Ishtola. I do love this card as well. I believe that's Vincent. Yes, Vincent. Vincent is a mini Crush the Blood Braided in this set. Dion looks great. Dude, look at all these sleeves. You get all these sleeves from the Mastery Pass. Just for playing the game, guys. You can pick some of these sleeves. You don't have to do the... Guys, look at this. You don't have to do the bonus row like I did. You can play the game for free. You get every couple levels... one orb. It looks like every sheet you get at least one orb. So if you play the hell out of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering on Arena, you're gonna get 5 of these guys, it looks like. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're gonna get 5 of these for free, meaning pick your 2 favorite sleeves. You get them just for playing. You know, and you don't even have to make it to the 5th tier. You just have to make it to tier 4. You can make it to tier 4 on the Mastery. You can pick out 2 of these sleeves that you really like. You know, maybe you weren't huge fans of Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX, but you're like me and you loved Final Fantasy 12 and Final Fantasy 14. You're going to pick up these sleeves. These are the first sleeves we're getting. I don't give a fuck. These are the first sleeves we're getting. Those look so clean. I don't know. The Dion and Noctis look pretty good too. And then we just have the borderless full art treatments of some of the mythics. They look pretty good. Some of them, I know Cloud and Sephiroth are really good cards. They can go kick rocks. I'm not huge fans of Final Fantasy VII. The 5 crystals, their showcase art looks amazing. They got the woodblock art treatment. Sheesh. Yeah, just a bunch of borderless cards. So if you have a favorite, pick up one of these borderless cards. That's a real shame. There's no showcase art for this showcase for the cards. Maybe they're doing events that you unlock that. You sure hope so. Achievements. This is something new. Ready to claim. Advanced achievements. Open 10 packs at once. Boom. Completed. We get lands. Am I right? Dude. Every Magic the Gathering player has said this at some point. playing Magic the Gathering. Either because they're only drawing lands or because it's turn 6 and they haven't drawn a land in 3 turns. Yeah, that happens. That can happen. It's a damn shame, but it can happen. Ooh, those sleeves are clean. Man, I have not seen these before. Tells you how long it's been since I've played Magic the Gathering Arena. I've been playing a lot of paper. Justin, my boy, he can confirm. I've been in paper mode. Oh, those are sick. With the guild gates. Oh man. And then it looks like you get titles as well. Yeah. We like that. We like that. Let's check the store. I just want to see if it's sometimes in the deals, you can buy the deals with coins or crystals, and they have alternate arts. They've got borderless art, but I'm not seeing any alternate arts, so it's all right. It's all right. The bundles. I did see the sticker bundle. That looks pretty good with the GG cross slash. What you really want, though, is the frickin' Tonberry coming and shanking your ass. And then they do have the Avatar collection. So if you're a free-to-play player, get yourself 6,000 coins, 5,000 coins. If you like to do drafts with your coins instead, save up some crystals, get some of these avatars, man. Your favorite Final Fantasy characters in an avatar. You guys know we're going after this one. Gives you Clive, Ishtola, and Balthier. I might think about this one because it has Onion Knight. I do love me some Onion Knight. Oh, here you go. I found the borderless art styles. You have to pay out the ass for them. God damn it. I should have known they were going to do that. Should have known better than that, but there's the other Balthier and Fran that I really like. Oh, God, that is amazing art. I love that art. I'm not paying 3,000 crystals for it, but I mean, if I have 3,000 crystals, I'm drafting. I shouldn't say that because I really like the Ishtola as well. Oh, and this pack has the Lightning and the Clive too. Oh, this Clive is so badass. Oh, man. And then this one has Knights of the Round. Huge. Bahamut. Huge. Buster Sword. Huge. And then here's all of the showcases. Lightning's is really good. Yuna's is pretty good. Man, they don't have Noctis, though. Noctis has probably one of the best ones. They do have Clive. Clive's is good. All of Clive's stuff is good anyways. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if we get lucky with our draft, we'll come at one of these. I don't want to spend that kind of... But based off of the time opening those packs, guys, I would rather just get into playing. I think I'll spare you guys crafting. I'll craft the deck on my own, and then when we come to play tomorrow, I'll showcase the deck and we'll do that. Why don't we jump into doing a limited? Why don't we do a draft? Magic the Gathering Limited. Here we go. So they have Premier Drafts, which I believe this is like the competitive draft format. Premier tends to have more competitive players, but the rewards are typically much better as well. I think if you can win at least 3, you go from 50, 100, 250 gems. If you can get at least 3 wins, you get 1,000 gems. So that should always be your goal if you're going into Premier. It requires a little more patience. It requires a little more practice. But if you are drafting, you're going to want to get as close to what you paid. You want to break even if at all possible. Breaking even requires you to get right here. You're getting 1,400 gems, which normally it costs 1,500 to do this, right? or 10,000 coins to do a premier draft. So getting 1,400 gems is a good payout. If you're paying coins, 1,000 gems might be what you shoot for. But at the end of the day, you want 7 wins. 7 wins gets you 2,200 gems, which is your entry and a half, and 6 packs. Pretty good. I'm a little rusty. I think we'll do a regular. So I also have a sealed token. We could do sealed as well. Oh, do they only have Premier Draft? Otherwise, you have to play traditional. Traditional takes forever. I don't have all that much time. All traditional means is that you play best 2 out of 3 to determine who wins. I like this because it's quick. Some people like this because they like to see like, oh, I lost one, but I can tweak and come back and do a little bit. Why don't we just do a sealed draft? We'll use our sealed token. I do have 1 sealed token. I believe 3 wins is the big one on this one as well. Yeah. With my token, I would like to get at least 3 wins. That means I get 1,200 gems and 3 packs, right? So if I'm getting 1,200 gems and 3 packs, I'd feel okay using a token for that. I wouldn't feel so good only getting 400 gems. 1,200 I could live with. Again, the goal should always be 7 wins, which is your entry and then some. Sealed costs 2,000. So no matter what, you're not making your money back unless you get 6 wins, and then you can do another one. If you're always trying to shoot with these type of events to make your money back and then some. That way you can do it again and again and again. It's a great way to pick up cards. You can't pay gold to play sealed though. That's what sucks. One of the ways you can kind of cheat that though is you can play these premier drafts. Sometimes they have quick drafts. Yeah, quick draft, Aether Drift. That looks like the only quick draft. Quick draft usually costs 5,000 coins. A little easier to get into. And if you can win 3, you get 300 gems. If you can win 6, you get 850. If you can win 7, you get 950. That really sucks because you used to be able to get more. They've definitely cut that down. It was a great way to get crystals though. But let's go ahead and play sealed. Let's just do it. We're going to jump right in. We're going to play some sealed, okay? 1 sealed token gone. We get 6 packs of Final Fantasy. We're going to open them. It typically shows you your rares. Nice. We got 8 rares out of 6 packs. Really? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it and run with it. Okay. What did we get, though, is the question. A lot of blue. We got 1, 2, 3 blue cards. We did get Choco, Seeker of Paradise. He wants birds, though. And that's the only bird that we pulled rare. So we probably won't be using him. Gogo is really good. He wants triggered or activated abilities. So, for instance, Gogo could go off of the triggered ability of Tifa. If we pay 4, her ability would pop off twice on himself. I believe that's how that would work. Yeah, you may choose new targets for the copies. So you can choose what they pop off on. So this combo would be awesome. We could go blue-green. Unfortunately, Balthier and Fran, they're just not going to work in limited. They're great in constructed format because you have access to more vehicles. They're great in commander. They're really good in historic where vehicles are prominent, but this set does not have a lot of good vehicles for them, unfortunately. Do get machinist arsenal though. That really wants artifacts though. So if we don't have a bunch of artifacts, I don't see us using that. And then we get Kane. So we might be focusing on these guys. We'll see. Let's look at the rest of our cards. Those rares were okay. They weren't the greatest selection. But we're looking for bombs. And Go-Go is going to be big. Go-Go is kind of huge. We do have some job select stuff. So we have Machinist Arsenal. We have Sage Nollis. We have 2 Sage Nollis. Phoenix down. So we could run white. I'm thinking we go blue-green, though. You have Vane's Treachery, which is a great removal. You get some treasure tokens off of Undercity Dire Rat. We could go Albed Salvagers in black. Whenever this creature or another creature or artifact you controls dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So if you have a lot of tokens that are coming in and going out, that will help a lot. Yeah, Vincent's Limit Break is a great little bomb. Just putting something out that's big and scary. Evil Reawaken to get a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional counters on it. This creature enters mill 3 cards. You gain 3 life. Golbez in his Amano art. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Golbez deals 1 damage. We just don't... Kane is our only rare in black. I don't know if he's great and limited. Maybe he is. Because you get to draw cards and make treasure tokens. So there is that. Ooh, Lightning Bolt in red. Red Mage's Rapier. That wants non-token spell or non-creature spells. Saz's Chocobo, best 1-drop ever. Just gets +1/+1 for each land that you play. Chocobo kick Tifa, and we could play green because Tifa is awesome. Creature is +2/+2 and has reach. There's a bard in addition to its other types. That helps with flying. And we get it right off the bat. Yeah, I say we play green. For sure. So now we just got to put some big scary green stuff in. Oh man, that's a big pull for our summon deck. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria. Whenever Garnet attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of up to any number of sagas you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on Garnet for each lore counter removed this way. Very huge. We get Renoa. You get to make an Angelo dog token. And you can do the Angelo cannon. That's a limit break from Final Fantasy VIII. Whenever Renoa Hartley attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. That's pretty cool. If you can make some tokens. She is expensive. She's a 5-drop, but that could be a big bomb because she comes in and makes a token. So not the worst. I would love to use Fran and Balthier, but unfortunately there's just no good vehicles this set. Garnet is so powerful. You are absolutely right, JP. He is so powerful. She is so powerful. Yeah, she has to go in that summoner deck. I just don't see a way around it. We could play Choco, but I just don't have a lot of birds. I got a little screw. I guess he's a bird. Fat Chocobo. He makes bird tokens. Creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. That's not bad. I do want to put in the Bard Bow because that gives us protection from flying. Turn a land you control to its owner's hand. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Otherwise, it deals twice. Good removal. It's just a fight spell. Saz's Chocobo. Coliseum Behemoth. That's going to be a 7-drop. It's a little scary. Scary because it's expensive. In limited, you don't want super expensive cards typically. Trample. When this creature enters, choose 1. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. So that could kill a Saga. That's nice. Or draw a card. Giant Toad is a 4/4 for 4. As long as you control 7 or lands, he becomes a 6/6. We did get Grand Pulse Ochu. That's a 1/1 Death Touch. We're going to throw him in. Again, I'm just throwing cards in that I like. We'll carve it down. The goal is always to try and get as close to 40 as you can. Unless your deck operates better with more cards. Sometimes that does happen in limited. Not always, but it can. Commune with Beavers. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land card from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom. That works with Tifa because we can pick up a land drop, double her power, right? Or we can get Tifa, put her in our hand for next turn. Let's see. What was our other rare that we liked? I'm on the fence about Fat Chocobo. I don't mind getting tokens. I kind of want to throw black. Doing green-black would be fun. Blue. Blue is our other one, right? Ooh, man. We have some stuff in. I have Go-Go in. Matoya Archon Elder. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. I don't know if I have any scry or surveil available to me. We could splash white and do Machinist Arsenal. It is one of our big bomb cards. I mean, +2/+2 for each artifact you control is pretty good. I just don't think I got a whole lot of artifacts. Do have some good white cards. I mean, we got Coral. Tap target non-enchantment creature for 2. You're not alone. Target creature gets +2/+2. If you control 3 or more creatures, it gets +4/+4. Slash of Light. Oh man, oh man. This one's gonna be tough. This is one of the tougher ones I've ever done. I honestly want to go black. I really want to go black. There was so many good removal. We could go really chummy in blue. And we got Quistis. She enters. You may cast target instant or sorcery from a graveyard. Not your graveyard, a graveyard. And mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. If that spell would be put into a graveyard exile instead. So we can take one of their big spells and use it against them. I like that. Stuck in the Summoner's Sanctum, enchant artifact or creature. When this aura enters, tap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent does not untap during its controller's unstap step, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Huge. Awesome. That's removal. It's removal, but it's not. You're essentially just locking a creature, but they can't use it. I don't mind this. I would rather put this in if I was using this. Because then I would get the artifact. Yeah. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and it can't be blocked. Oh, okay. Create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. So you get a 2-for-1. We've got a lot of these 3-drops though, so we got to be careful. I've got quite a few artifacts. I mean, just right here, I've got Artifact equipment support. I've got bomb equipment, kind of low-level entry equipment, another low-level entry equipment. Whenever this creature deals combat player, draw a card, so card advantage. Rook turret, flying. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you may draw a card. If you do, discard. I'm more... I don't know. I would rather work around Tifa. We could go mono green. Maybe do green black. Because if we do green black, we could do Vincent's Limit Break. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield, tapped under its owner's control, and has the chosen base power and toughness. If you gave this to Tifa and made her a 7/2, and then every time land enters the battlefield, her power doubles. You're looking at a big scary creature right there. Card collection. When this enchantment enters, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, transform. It just becomes a little vehicle. 4/4 with flying. Ooh. 5-drop, 4/5. Tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. I like that. Island cycling. When this creature enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Put a stun counter on it. When this creature enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent. Okay, so it's another stun effect. That's a big bomb. If we could throw Leviathan in there, we have nothing that supports it. It would be a board wipe the whole way through. Syncopate, though. Syncopate's a good card. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. If that spell is countered, exile it. Okay, we could throw that in there. And then if we go black, we have Bane's Treachery for removal. We have a way to recur our own cards. We have Albed's Salvagers, which is just whenever a creature or artifact dies, they lose 1 life, we gain 1 life. We could throw Kane in. He gets flying. We get to draw cards, but we lose life. That's the only reason. If the lose life ability wasn't attached to that, I'd throw Kane in. He's a 2/4 for 3. But we lose too much in limited to make him viable. There are decks that work really well with him, but not limited. Evil Reawakened, we can just get something back from our graveyard. I almost say we splash black. I really do. Because I don't think we're going to get a whole lot from red. I mean, we get Lightning Bolt, but you get Thunder Magic, which can be pretty good removal. A lot of Judgment deals 6 damage to any target creature. And we can always go back. Sealed lets you rework your deck between rounds if you want. So we can do that. Trample Haste 5/4. That's a little scary. A pleasingly plump summon, it says. Very nice. Yeah, I really think we go, as much as I want to put Garnet, we just don't get a lot of summonings. Lunatic Pandora, 2 and tap, Surveil 1. And then 6 and tap, destroy target non-land permanent. Or we can do instant ramen. Yeah, we'll do instant ramens. Those are good. You get to draw a card and you gain life as a food token. We need... I really just think we go black. We go 3-color black. I think we have a really fun time with this. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards of their library. That would be a pretty good bomb. So I think what we do is we go Undercity Dire Rat, Vane's Treachery, Limit Break, Evil Reawakened, 2 Malboro. We could go Albed Salvagers because we have creatures and artifacts that could die. We'll need to look at our mana base as well, because what's our mana looking like? 5, 6, 6. That's not too bad. It's 17. It's a little heavy. I typically like to play 15 land, personally. I feel like 15 land gives you still a good chance to pull land, but also gives you access to a little more in terms of what you can play. We do have land in green, black. We could do Crossroads Village as well. So we'll drop here, drop an island, drop a swamp, and then add town and town. Okay, so our land base is solid. We've got 15 land. We need 3 more cards. We could go Fat Chocobo, because he makes tokens and gives creatures trample until end of turn. We could do Dragoon's Wyvern. That gives us flying and a hero token. Whenever this creature taps, attack. Untap target attacking creature. You know what? I'm going to throw both of these in here. And then I think we do, man, do we do 1 Fat Chocobo or do we do 1 Coliseum Behemoth? I mean, that's a 7/7 with trample. I think we go 1 Coliseum Behemoth. We'll try this out. Our curve isn't the greatest. Yeah, no, there is no... We did not get overkill, unfortunately. We got Vane's Treachery, which is -2/-2, and then if you sacrifice an artifact or a creature, you get -6/-6. But we did not get overkill, unfortunately. That is like the best removal spell ever. For 3? Yeah, it's a little broken. And we can always shift this too if, let's say, if black isn't really working out for us, we can maybe shift black out and try white instead. We have some options there. So let's try what we've got, because I do like this combat trick of +2/+2 and the idea of throwing that on Tifa. Again, Tifa is a 1/2 with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa's power until end of turn. She has the potential to get very strong very quick, but you need something that buffs her up. So like combat tricks like that, or like Bard's Bow gives +2/+2. Vincent's Limit Break makes her a 7/2 potentially. Like, we've got stuff that gives her +1/+0. Like we have stuff in the deck that makes her strong, but this would have been key, but it's in white. So you can do what's called splashing, where you throw it in if you have a way to play it. The problem is you need to have a way to play it. We don't have white land. We do have the Crossroads Village, which is tap, add 1 mana of the chosen color. You could say, okay, yeah, that's white. But then you only have 1 card in the whole deck that needs white. Meh. You can go off of our card that makes treasure tokens. It's somewhere here. Undercity Dire-Rat. We got 1. It creates a treasure token. So you have to hope that you have Undercity Dire-Rat and this card in your hand to play the treasure token. If we played Kane creates tapped treasure tokens, but meh. So we'll try what we've got here. We could also go into red. Red gives us access to Coral Sword, Lightning Bolt, Thunder Magic, Red Mage's Rapier, which gives Tifa +2/+0. Unexpected Request, which lets us steal an opponent's creature. So there's some good stuff in red, and then we could pair that with like the Emperor or Shantoto. So we have some options, but I'm gonna try our green, black, blue deck here, and we're just gonna roll with it. We need to put some sleeves and cases on though. I'm fine with our avatar. Let's throw some. Do I have any Final Fantasy sleeves just for playing? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We got Vivi. Oh, Golbez. Hell yeah, we're gonna throw Golbez on there. Oh, damn. Damn, Daniel. All right, here we go, boys. You ready? You ready? I'm ready. The goal is 7 wins. All right, opening hand. We're starting off with Crossroad Village, Island, and Forest. We could make Crossroad Village black, and then we have access to everything in our hand. Because we can make this black, and then turn 2, drop a forest, play Tifa, play an island. Next turn, she gets double power. Let's roll with it. It's not the greatest hand, but it's not the greatest deck either. The more I looked at those cards, the more I was like, Jesus, we did not get the greatest. We could maybe shift out to do, we could maybe try Bant, white, green, blue, instead of white, black. We could maybe try white, green, black as well. We lose all our rares in blue if we do that, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and play Crossroad Village. We're going to choose black as our color. Oh, look at that. Commune with beavers. I'm going to get Tifa out right away. They're probably going to kill it. Typically in limited format, your early stuff gets killed very quickly. They're going to play a Red Mage's Rapier, get a hero token. We are going to play an island, which sets Tifa as a 2/2 with trample. And then we are going to play, I think we just play Commune with Beavers as a sorcery. Oh yeah, look at that. We're gonna grab our Sage Noliths. And then we're going to play our Sage Noliths. Look at that. And we get a hero token. Yeah. We're going to attack with Tifa. She's a 2/2 with trample. All right. There we go. First blood, baby. First blood. Ifrit. Discard and draw. You can go ahead and discard and draw. I'll let you do that. I'm surprised the red mage. Whenever you can't. Oh, because it's a creature. I was like, they played a saga. That's not. No, sagas are creatures now. Haha. We can play a forest. Oh, this is awesome. We have our combo on the field, boys. If I play Go-Go this turn, starting next turn, we can copy Tifa's ability. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and play Go-Go. And then drop a forest. I am... Do I want to attack this turn? Do I want to attack this turn? The answer is no. Do not. I've got a blocker for his Ifrit. Okay, I all of a sudden don't like those sages Noliths quite as much. Quip 3 is a little steep. We could give it to Tifa and she gets +1/+0, but I don't know. Maybe we do go white, black, green and get rid of our blue. Or we splash blue. Chocobo kick. Getting rid of Go-Go. They know the combo. They know the combo. 3-1 and a 3-2. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna eat that because he leaves himself wide open. He does have a red and a green. But I have a Saz's Chocobo. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Saz's Chocobo. And then we're going to Swamp Cycle. Grab our Swamp. Play our Swamp. Dope. Amazing. We're going to full send. Yeah, we like that. We like that. So we also have at this point, if Tifa dies, which they got Cerberus, that I could see that happening in a second. We do have Evil Reawakened that we can play. We can either use that on Malboro or Go-Go. They come back with 2 +1/+1 counters. I'm going to eat 3. That's fine. He's leaving blockers behind now because he knows. Yeah, so like I said, we have some options in that we could do Evil Reawakened. We could summon Malboro. That each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, exiles the top 3 cards off of their library. That's pretty scary. And it's a 4/4, which blocks everything he has. We could do that on Go-Go, and then we can start copying. I think what we do is we equip Tifa, play a forest for turn. We get our land drops. And then we'll play Albed Salvagers. We can let him kill Tifa. I'm totally fine with that. Because he has to eat damage no matter what. Oh, are we getting some craziness at this point? We sure as shit are, aren't we? Yeah. We've got all of our blockers, though. I'm not too worried. He's leaving everything out because he's starting to see some problems as well. Oh, that actually comes in clutch right now. Kicker, return a land you control to your hand. Yeah, we could definitely do that. And you know what? Why don't we? We're going to go Chocobo Kick with Kicker. And we are going to target Saz's Chocobo onto Ifrit, returning an island. Boom. We're then going to play said island, triggering landfall. We can't do much else, but we can continue to combat. And at this point, he has to double block Saz's Chocobo. And we're going to untap Saz's Chocobo. He's going to eat two. I'm fine with that. Okay, so at this point, I can do a couple things. What I'm going to do is equip this to Saz's Chocobo. It's now a 4/4. Cerberus goes away. What does he have in his hand is the question. Bard's Bow. He gets a hero token for that. Okay. Not the craziest thing that's ever happened. But you know what is crazy? Tifa's in our graveyard. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And we can Evil Reawaken. Oh, this is going to be awesome. I don't know. We could still Malboro. He doesn't have any cards in his... Oh, no, he did have one card in his hand. Damn it. I should have Malboro'd. That was a misplay on my part. Sorry, boys. That does set Tifa up as a 3/4, though, which only stands to help me because we're going to attack with Saz's Chocobo. He can't do anything about that. I could have won. If I had played the Malboro, I could have won. I'm going to hang on to that land, though. Unless he's got some kind of answer. I mean, he's setting up a 5/3 and a little 2/2 token. Meh. Oh, and we pull another land, too. Just awesome. We only need to do 3 damage. Let's get Tifa to be a 4/4. And then we're going to throw out an island. So now we have a 4/5 and an 8/4. Ah, hell yeah. This is going to be awesome. And then if they die, Albed Salvagers kicks in. So, yeah, we win. Probably better to do Saz's Chocobo untap. Yeah, we win. There we go. First win, boys. There it is. There it is. That's what we like to see, baby. Victory is ours. Victory is ours. We get 250 coins and some experience off of that. And hey, we got the one win. No matter what, we get 400 gems and 3 more packs. Pretty solid deal. Pretty solid deal if I do say so myself. But we want more. We want more wins. Yes, we do. We want all the wins. If we can find someone, good night. This game, this expansion only came out yesterday, and we're having trouble finding an opponent. I don't see it. I think it only took like 6 seconds when we first jumped in. There we go. It's a draw. Draws don't do anything for us. They don't count as a win or a lose. It was probably whoever we were trying to connect through didn't go. That or the servers are down. It is very possible servers could be down. See, but typically you have this cancel button. That typically indicates if you have this, that just means that you're able to back out. Once you get into entering a match, waiting for opponent, that's on their end. So it was on his end. He couldn't connect. All right. Nihilo Flex. Best of luck. I don't like that I have a huge creature and then nothing. I may mulligan this one. Good mole, though. Good mole. I like that I have more access to cheaper cards in this one. I'll probably send back the limit break. There we go. And I believe they're playing first, if I remember correctly. Yes, they're going to play a Blazing Bomb. We're going to play a town. Green-black town. Next turn, though, we get to play Tifa. Ooh, Rydia. Also has landfall. Whenever land you control, you may discard a card, draw a card. Is that what I saw? Yes. All right, there's our swamp. We'll play Tifa. I have a feeling we're not winning this one. He's got red-green aggro going hard right now. And he's able to cycle out his hand, which is even worse. He's probably going to kill Tifa this turn. In red, he's got a million ways to do it. Going for a mountain. Looking for land. Maybe we're not as bad in shape as I thought. Right. There it is. There it is. So we are going to play our swamp for turn. And then we got to get his Viridia out of there. So we are going to Chocobo kick. It sets us back a turn in terms of land, but it puts a land back in our hand. So we are going to kick. We're going to target you, and then we're going to target you. And then we're going to return our swamp back to our hand. And then we're going to attack. I mean, he could have had a combat trick there. There's plenty of red cards that lets you power up just your power. But I wasn't worried too much about it. Based off of what he's doing, he's looking for land right now. That seems to be his strategy right now, is he's hunting for land. We are going to play Swamp for turn. Buff up Tifa. And unfortunately, all I can really do is Swamp Cycle our Malboro. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. What I need is blue, not black. So the play here is just going to be to end the turn. No attacks. And hope for blue. If we can get a blue, we've got Sage's Noliths. Will be great, fine, dandy. Earth Crystal, nice. That's a big play for them. We're going to let all that resolve. I have no counters at this point. I wish I had Syncopate. Even if I did, I have no blue, so it's fine. He's going to attack in with both of these guys, more than likely, and all I can really do is eat it. No blocks. We're going to take 6 to the face. And it is our turn. We do get another Chocobo kick. We could probably get rid of his bomb at that point. It just sets us back another turn is what sucks. Does this have a die counter? Sacrifice. But it's already tapped. So, all right. Here's what we'll do. We are going to play land for turn. Chocobo kick with kicker. His bomb. And return our tap swamp. We're setting ourselves back so bad right now. He has the major advantage on land as it stands. And yeah, we'll just swing for 2. Deal as much damage as we can. This thing is awesome because it puts counters on and it doubles the amount of counters. It's probably what he's gearing up towards. I think he can actually do it. You need 6 land to do that. Oh, he's just dumping his hand. All right. All right. All right. Pass to attackers. We may not really have much of a choice. We might have to swamp cycle out this Malboro. Because we are not drawing creatures. Oh, there we go. You can't play it. Because it, once again, is in blue. And we are not drawing blue. That's how it happens sometimes. Let's go ahead and play our swamp for turn. And then we just have to end our turn. That do be how it works sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and just swamp cycle the Malboro. We're still 2 turns off from summoning him, so it just doesn't make any sense to hang on to that.
if we can start pulling into blue, we can get our hero tokens, and they can be kind of chump blockers a little bit. Yeah, kind of saw that come in. I think we've lost this round. I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and block his 5/4. I'll take the 4. It gives us 1 turn to figure it out. I don't see it happening. Yeah, unfortunately not. That's going to be GG's for us. And we are going to go ahead and concede this match. We were just not drawing the blue. We had all the removal we need to stay alive, but just not what we need. We'll give it one more round to see if blue, black, green is working for us. If not, we might try and shift to go into white and see if instead of black, if white works a little better for us. Because in white, we get access to more artifacts. We still have removal. We don't have the graveyard recursion like I'm liking right now. But again, we're running into this issue where we don't have blue, but our whole hand is blue. Opponent's going to go first. We're absolutely going to go ahead and say no to this hand. Because we could play 2 turns and do nothing for 2 turns. And then maybe by turn 3, we've drawn a blue. But even then, we've got a 5-drop, a 6-drop, and a 3 that maybe gives us something, maybe doesn't. That's if this guy actually wants to play. I mean, he's looking pretty hard at his hand, apparently. That or he's stepped away to do something goofy and just isn't around anymore. I don't know. You hope that he's hanging out and actually playing here. All right, there we go. There's our cue. We are going to mulligan. I like that hand better. We've got a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and some land cycling if we need it. We can go ahead and drop the Colosseum Behemoth. Opponent goes first. We are going to play a Saz's Chocobo off of our green. We could do instant ramen. We get to draw a card off of it. I think it's better if we go commune with beavers. There's our land for turn. What we're looking for is another land. Not so much a creature, but we are looking for another land for sure. Yeah, we could take that forest. That sounds like a good time. And then we're going to go ahead and attack for 1. Very good. Next turn, looking at what we got, we'll probably play another swamp. We get our land drop for turn, and then we could go Albed Salvagers, or we could hang on to their turn and then drop instant ramen, or save it for if they've got some kind of sneakiness. Let's just go ahead and we'll go all attack. We're going to hang on to our mana, see what he plays. If he drops something that's only 2 toughness, we can kill it with Vane's Treachery. I don't know what he's doing. He's got 3 land and not a single thing dropped. Like, I don't know. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Wall of Omens. Great card. Defender. When he plays that, we're going to play our instant ramen. We get to draw a card. Yeah, great little blocker there. We are going to play that guy for sure. We're going to drop a forest first. Grand Pulse Ochu. And I'm going to hang on to what we have left for Vane's Treachery. There's really no point in attacking. He can block. If I could attack with Grand Soul Chew, absolutely there's a reason to attack. I can kill it. But for now, we are going to go no attacks and just end the turn. We can always sack this for 3 life, or we can use it for Vane's Treachery, give something -6/-6. We have options. I just don't want to use this early. When he's now got 5 land, he could be playing something like this. Okay. Whenever ultimate attacks put a blight counter on target land. Yeah, hell no. Yeah, you can resolve that. I'm going to Vane's Treachery that. And sacrifice instant ramen. Goodbye, ramen. Wasted all that land. What a punk. We've got 2 Marlboros, so I'm gonna swamp cycle one of them. Play our swamp, and then we're gonna play Albed's Scavengers for turn. And we can, at this point, go in to the big leagues. No matter how he blocks, he's losing that Imperial City of Arcades. If he blocks. Otherwise, he's taking 5 to the face. He can stop 4 of it by losing his City of Arcades and take 1. But he's tapped out. He can't do anything. He tried to drop his bomb and it did not work. So now we just take away. It's his turn. He does have 6 lands. He's going to play Gladiolus. We do get our island for turn. I believe that means we can drop our Marlboro. You may target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. So we could target Gladiolus with our kicker spell, Vane's Treachery. I don't know what his graveyard looks like. Just 2 creatures. So we could get rid of this again by playing Quistis. Oh, we have to cast the spell, though? Oh, we could do that. No. We could do that. I don't know. I kind of want to drop Marlboro. Yeah, let's just drop Marlboro. We're going to drop him. He's a 4/4. He has to discard a card. He loses 2 life and mills the top 3 cards of his deck, which may open up something better for us with Quistis. So. Oh, no, they're exiled. Never mind. Oh, it's all right. We got rid of Nature's Claim. I'm okay with that. We're just going to attack with our Ochu. I don't care. If it dies, he takes 1 damage anyways. It's a death touch creature, so. And I've got 20. I can take 6 to the face right now. What did he discard? Side quest, catch a fish. Ooh, Omega. Nice. Putting stun counters on my Ochu. That 8/8 is a little scary. Not gonna lie. It's okay though. I can't kill it, but I can kill Gladiolus. Indeed. That or I can full swing, hit this, and blow it up. By playing Quistis after the fact. And then I can sack my Ochu. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're gonna full send. Maybe not. We'll keep Albed's salvagers behind. But I'm gonna make him block something. Perfect. Perfect. Boom, boom. He can keep Gladiolus. That's fine with me. Because we're gonna play Quistis. And we are going to play Bane's Treachery. For the kicker cost. Targeting Omega. And we're going to sack our Grand Pulse Statue. And that goes. He loses 1 life. We gain 1 life. Goodbye. All right. 1 threat eliminated. Sarah Farron. Great card for Legendary. He's going to get +2/+2 and can't do anything about it for the turn. Gladio. Yeah, who cares? He can attack. I've got extra life right now. Chocobo kick is a little interesting because I can't kill Gladio, but I can absolutely kill Sarah. Yeah, let's do that. And we don't have to kick it, which is even better, because I believe Sarah's only a 2/2. Yeah, target a creature you control. We're going to go Albed Salvagers. I mean, he's got plenty of land. He can do a combat trick right now and buff it up, but I mean, doing 2 damage and killing Sarah, I don't know if it's worth it really to him. Oh, yeah, there you go. All right, so he saves his creature. I'm not going to send at that point. We might have lost this out to a war of attrition. Oh, yeah, he's got diamond weapon. The answer is yes, we lost to attrition. All right, so now everything gets +2/+2, and legendary creatures are 2 less to cast. No blocks. We lost. It is what it is. I think we try shifting to going with white instead of black. Although black has been coming in handy for us. I just don't see it doing too much else. White just gives us better access, I feel like. So if we got rid of Bane's Treachery, Vincent's Limit Break, Albed Salvagers, Evil Reawakened, and 2 Malboros, all of our swamps. We just need to throw a white card in. It should automatically adjust. So let's throw in Machinist Arsenal. Oh, it does not do that. So let's go lands. We're going to go plains. Oh, we need to get rid of Gone Town of Ruin as well because it's black. I mean, we could keep it in and it taps for black, but we'd have to draw it. Odds are low. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That sets up 15 lands. Perfect. So we can add 6 cards from white. The first one that we're going to do, oh, we already threw it in there, is Machinist Arsenal. Such a cool card. That could be pretty good. We can destroy something that attacks us.
We got some combat tricks. Coral could be pretty good. Let's do Coral. What's going on with you, sir? We are just trying to win a few more matches on this sealed draft for Final Fantasy. We did not get the greatest cards, unfortunately. We got kind of all over the place with no real set deal, but it's all right. We're going to figure it out. You're doing amazing today. I'm glad to hear it. That's what we like to hear. Delivery move. When this creature enters search your library and or graveyard for an artifact card, mana value 2 or less, put it into your hand. I've got Sage's Noliths and Instant Ramen. That could work. And it's a creature, so that does help. I have legit no day. What's going on? I just started this game. Oh, dude, this game is amazing. I've loved Magic the Gathering for a long time. No idea instead of day, I see. So this game, if you're a huge Final Fantasy fan, this is the time to get into Magic the Gathering. We'll jump into a game here after we build our deck. We've just decided I had black. So you have white, blue, black, red, green, and multicolor and colorless. Those are like the standalone colors featured in the game. In the format we're playing, you can use any color you want. I'm trying to keep it to green, white, and blue. But the point of the game, you play a land, you can tap that land, and then play based off of your mana cost. So like this, you can play for 1. This you would pay for 3. That type of thing. Mana. Yes, mana is like the lifeblood of the game. You need mana. So that's down here. These are our manas. So you're allowed to play 1 per turn unless a card states otherwise. And you need this pretty consistently. If you don't have any of this, you're not really playing the game. You're probably going to lose. The more of this you have, the stronger cards you can play. So for a return another you control to its owner's hand. Okay, we'll go with that. Slash of Light is good. We are running artifacts, so we could throw that in. I'm going to go Dragoon's Wyvern. That gives us flying as well. And then you are not alone. I say we try this and go for it. What's the rules? Why don't we go ahead and run a game, and you can see for yourself what we're running here. We did get rid of our black, so I am going to change out our sleeves here since Golbez is black. Why don't we run Noctis? I think that's a good sleeve change there. All right, so here's how it's going to go. I only have 1 loss. I don't want to end here. We want to end like a minimum of right here. We need a few more wins, boys. Here we go. All right, so first things first, we're going to decide who goes first. In this arena format, the online format, it's going to decide for us. But what we need to do in the meantime is decide, do we want to keep this hand? The answer right off the bat is no. That's because this card, and this card all need white mana, which I don't have any of. I have blue, I have green, but I have no white. So this hand is useless. We're going to go ahead and mulligan. When we mulligan, it's going to give us a new hand, which this is a much better hand. Not the greatest. I would have liked 1 more land, but we need to get rid of 1 card in this hand. And I think we're going to get rid of Go-Go. So we're going to go ahead and keep 6. So we're going to have to get rid of something. I'm going to say Go-Go, go away. Our opponent is going first. They are going to, if they drew a good hand, they're going to play a land. And if they have the ability to play something, they can. We are going to also play a land. We don't have anything. We need 2. Coral costs 2. Instant Ramen costs 2.
in this case, he has no creatures. I'm not too worried about board state. I am going to let him take the turn. And I'm going to play Instant Ramen on his turn. You'll see this card has Flash. When a card has Flash, you can play it at any point in the game, so long as you can do what's called a stack. So in this case, nothing is happening. It's still his turn. I can't play things on his turn unless he does something. So here we go. He's playing Blitzball. In response to his Blitzball, I'm going to play Instant Ramen. I get to draw a card, which is good. That was a land. Our Instant Ramen now just sits out here. If we wanted to tap 2 and sacrifice it, we would gain 3 life. We have 20 life to start. Hit 0, we lose. So land is basically your lifeline. It's like the blood of the game, yes. We're going to go ahead and we are going to play a forest for turn. We now have all 3 colors we need for this deck. At that point, we are going to drop Dragoon's Wyvern. We get a 2/1 flyer. Creatures with flying can only be blocked by other creatures with flying or with reach. And then we get a hero token for free. What's the difference between blue and green, black, etc.? The types of cards you're going to see. So blue is very control-y. It's going to let you draw a lot of cards. Blue has a lot of what are called counter spells that let you say, no, you actually can't play that. Black is going to have a lot of things like zombies, undead, kind of like rogues, kind of schemey type cards. So like this card, for example, whenever one of his creatures or artifacts dies, I take a damage, a single point of damage, and then he gains that damage as life. White is going to be very life-based, very healing oriented. Creatures tend to be able to do like what this coral can do, where you can tap creatures. I've got 4 land right now, so I'm going to play, if possible, 2 creatures on this turn. I'm going to play coral. And then I'm going to play Sahagin, who's a 1/3. But Sahagin is nice because if I play a spell that costs 4 or more mana, he gets a +1/+1 counter, which just makes him that much stronger, gives him +1 to his power and toughness. And he can't be blocked when he attacks. We're going to go ahead and attack with Dragoon's Wyvern. Dragoon's Wyvern, again, has flying, so it can only be blocked by creatures with flying. How do you, like, kill his land or creatures? It's hard to kill land, but creatures, if we go into combat and he decides he wants to block an attacking creature, say I'm attacking with the 2/2, he's blocking with the 2/2. My 2 power hits his 2 toughness and vice versa. We kill each other. Those creatures both die. Oh, he has my favorite card, Judge Magister Gabranth. I wouldn't say my favorite card. My favorite character from Final Fantasy, Judge Magister Gabranth. I can see the deck type he went with. But if he attacks with his 2/3 and I block with my 1/1, only my creature is going to die. Because 1 is not enough to hit 3 to 0, right? But 2 is enough to get 1 to 0. So math. Killing land, though, you have to have specific spells that let you destroy land. It's very difficult to destroy land. What is he doing here? I can block his 2/3. Why does he want to attack? No, the phrase you'll hear a lot in Magic is math is for blockers. You only do math if you're blocking. So like right now he's attacking with the 2/3. If I block with my 1/3, I should do it, but he's got 3 mana open and I don't trust that shit for days. I'm going to let him do the damage. I'm not going to block. I've got more attackers than he does. Although Judge Magister Gabranth can get very scary very fast. So yeah, but we can Slash of Light him now because Slash of Light deals damage equal to the number of creatures plus the number of equipments you control to target creature. So we can kill that, or we can kill Gabranth. We probably want to kill Gabranth, but we need white to do that. So I'm going to play Sage Noliths, which is an equipment spell, but it has the ability job select. So it gets to make a little creature token that this equipment then attaches to. So now, whenever this creature attacks, I can untap another creature. When you attack, you have to tap it. That just means it's exhausted, right? Can't do anything else. If you have vigilance, you can get around that. Shouldn't you kill the guy you like? I don't know his name because he said he can get... Yes, we are going to kill him, and I'll show you how. So, we're going to attack. We don't even have to attack. We can do Slash of Light now on Judge Magister Gabranth. Now he won't have blockers, and I can full swing. So Slash of Light just takes, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures and 1 equipment. You're going to do 6 damage to Judge Magister Gabranth. Unless he's got something in his hand that gives his creature hexproof or indestructible, this creature is probably dying. Hexproof makes it so he can't be targeted by a spell. And indestructible makes it so things that would say destroy or deals damage to no longer takes effect. I don't think he has something like that. I think he's got a combat trick. Yeah. So what you saw there, he cast a spell that gives his creatures a little boost to their power. He tried to save it, but it wasn't enough because he didn't do math. I can full send at this point. I'm going to leave my hero token. Yeah, I'm going to leave my hero token because I don't have the land available to use Coral's ability. Coral lets me tap something. So if it was, say, his turn, I could activate Coral and tap this creature so it can't attack. Because again, tapping means it's exhausted. It can't do anything else, right? This is a pretty good card, though. Wall of Omens. So when he played it, he just gets to draw a card. He's tapped out, though. He has nothing left. So I'm going to let him go ahead and attack me. I don't care to lose 2 life. I'm in a much more advantageous position than he is right now. So we're going to play a Plains. And I think we're going to play an Instant Ramen. Another one. These are nice because I can sacrifice them for more life if I want to. But at the same time, by playing them, I get to summon, or not summon, I get to draw a card from my deck. Tap is instead of temporary death. Oh, the gold ring is just like a little avatar. It's just cosmetic. They did a Lord of the Rings set. So I got that by playing the Lord of the Rings events. But yeah, tapping a creature just means that it's kind of tired. It can't do anything. Let's see. Stuck on Summoner's Sanctum. Tap Enchanted Permanent. Enchanted Permanent doesn't untap. Oh, yeah. We can hang on to that for something later. For now, I can tap this guy. Oop. And then I can attack. And since this guy is able to attack now, you always want to leave blockers behind, by the way. Unless you're going to win. It doesn't matter. So we're choosing those 3. His ability is going to come in, and I'm going to choose Sahagin to stay untapped, so he won't get tired from attacking. So tapping makes, instead of doing its original damage, does a lot less or does nothing at all. Tapping means you can't use it. If it's tapped, it's done until your next turn. So it's not that it's necessarily making it weaker. It's just making it currently unplayable. So when you attack, it exhausts it. You can't do anything else with it. Destroy target creature, you gain 2 life. That is not the creature I would have destroyed, but it's just me. I would have destroyed the flyer that's not being able to be blocked right now. Don't ask me. I've only played this game for many, many years. Again, I'm in a more advantageous position.
Von Rotzenberg of Dalmasca.
Thank you for the follow, sir. I do appreciate it. So, temporary death. Yes, exactly. I think that's a good way to describe it. Temporary death. Let's see. We're going to play a Plains for turn. And then, man, I really don't want to use my Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum on his Wall of Omens. It's just a real waste. We can save Ambrosia to save one of our creatures. I think what we do is we just tap Coral, tap his blocker, and then we just attack. His left creature, this one is Albed Salvagers. And then this one is the Imperial City of Arcades or Wall of Omens. You'll see Wall of Omens underneath. This is what's called the bonus sheet cards. They were Final Fantasy cards from across Magic's history. So Magic the Gathering has been around for a long time, 25, 30 years, something. And so they took famous cards from across the history of the game, and then they put special Final Fantasy artwork for the Final Fantasy set. All right, we're going to attack with these two. We're going to untap our Dragoon's Wyvern. We're going to go to damage. Boom, boom. And then I'm going to pay 2 and sacrifice my instant ramen to gain 3 life, putting me back at 16. And it leaves me just enough to use Ambrosia later. Ambrosia has an effect. She has flash, so I can play her on my opponent's turn. And when she enters, I can return my own card to my hand. So if he's going to destroy something, I can play this card and be like, nope, I want to protect that. Every spell has a counter spell, right? In theory, yes. There are some cards that can't be countered. They'll say so on the card. This card cannot be countered. This spell cannot be countered. Oh, that's a little scary. This is also a card from Final Fantasy XII. This is Side Quest Hunt the Mark. He gets to destroy 1 target creature. I'm going to guess he's going to destroy my Dragoon, my Wyvern. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under an opponent's control this turn, create a treasure token. That ain't happening. So who is he going to target right now? Yep, my Wyvern. Watch. I'm going to play, in response, Ambrosia. And when it enters, I get to return a permanent to my hand. Hello, Dragoon's Wyvern. Your spell does nothing. He just paid 5 mana to do nothing because I removed his target. The names are so freaking hard to spell. Some of them can be. It's very true. This guy flips over to Yayazamat from Final Fantasy XII. They did him dirty. One of the most beefy bosses in Final Fantasy history. He's a 5/6 that does practically nothing. That's a big card. For each artifact I control 1, 2 artifacts. But I need that flyer before I equip that. So let's throw our flyer out. He's going to tap my Coral because he doesn't want me to use it. The joke is on him, my friends, because I can still use it. Watch. I'm going to tap my Coral as he goes to tap it himself, and I'm going to tap his Albed Salvagers. Again, he wasted his mana. He wasn't paying attention. This is great when I'm coming to attack. He wants to use something that I want to use. If I can just use the ability before he taps it, he's wasting mana, right? So I can choose to attack here. He's got a 0/4 blocker. That's fine. We're going to go in with 2 of these guys. I'm going to untap my Ambrosia. He can block, but he can't do any damage. This is a 0 power creature, right? So I don't have the risk, but he takes all the damage. So it's only reward for me. And then I've got my flyer here. What we're going to do on our next turn, we have enough land to play Machinist's Arsenal. It's a 4 and a white, so 5 total mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 for each artifact. He conceded. We ran him pretty good that match. One more win and I'll be happy. And I can go over again in the sealed draft format. You'll see you have these tiers of prizes. 0 wins, 1 win, 2 win, 3 win, 4 win. We paid a token to get in. Typically, this event would cost you 2,000 of these blue crystals. You have to buy these crystals or earn them by playing events. If that's the case, you can, on 2 wins, you get 600 gems. On 3 wins, you get 1,200. You always want to, at a bare minimum, try to get at least 3 wins in these type of events to get a little bit of what you spent back. What you really want is 6 wins, because then you get your full amount back. And 7 wins, if you can manage it, you get your full amount, a little bit more, and some packs as compensation. I have only ever done 7 wins, maybe 3 or 4 times on Arena. It's hard. You're playing against people who know what they're doing, and you may not get the best cards. I didn't get the best cards this draft, right? But let's go ahead and play another one. I've got time for at least 1 more, maybe 2. If it's a loss, it's a loss, and we're done with the event. I can always come back to this event as long as they're still doing it, right? So they'll be doing this for the next at least 1 week, maybe 2. So we have time to come back and complete this if we don't complete it today. I'll give it a big bonk. All right. This is a good hand. We've got a 1-drop creature, a 1-drop combat trick, turn 2 and turn 3 off of 3 mana. This is an amazing hand. Not the best hand, but a good hand. We're going to keep that. I believe our opponent goes first. Oh, no, we're going first. Plains, Magitech Infantry. So what this card does, if I have another artifact, it gets an additional power. It goes to a 2 instead of 1. And then for 3, I can search my library for a card named Magitech Infantry. Unfortunately, this was the only one I pulled in my packs. Not the greatest, but it's okay. We're going to play a forest. That way we can play our Chocobo Kick should they decide to put anything out on the field. We're going to go to combat. We're going to swing for 1. I heard packs. Yes, packs. You open packs of cards in order to get more cards. In this particular event, you open 6 packs and make the best 40 card deck you can make out of those 6 packs. I didn't get great packs. I got cool cards, but not for this type of event. Undercity Dire Rat. We had that in our deck originally, and it wasn't working out for us. We pulled it out. But when this creature dies, you just get to make a treasure token. Treasure tokens can tap and then sacrifice themselves. You can get 1 extra mana for the turn. You can't do anything else for his turn. We're going to get an island. What are these? Oh, those are the Kaito sleeves. Hell yeah. We don't really want to kill this. Otherwise, I would say we could Chocobo kick it. What we're going to do instead is we are going to play Dragoon's Wyvern. We're going to get our 2/1 flyer out and our 1/1 hero creature token out. We are not going to attack. He can block us and kill us, right? So we're going to go ahead and end our turn. On our next turn, we can attack, and then we can use You're Not Alone to block or power up our creature, causing his block to be a bad block. We could also probably do that on Scorpion Sentinel as well. All right, so based off of what we've got, we are going to I could kill his Scorpion Sentinel with Ambrosia. The way I would do that is I would play a Plains, summon Ambrosia. We wouldn't activate her ability. There's gambling, kind of. This game, you'd never have to pay for packs. Just by playing the game, you earn gold, and you can use gold to get packs. Red is like small attack, but yes. It's what you would refer to as aggro. Aggro just means you're playing really fast, really quick. Yeah, I'm not liking his Scorpion Sentinel, so I am going to summon Ambrosia. I'm going to decline her ability. But I am going to Chocobo Kick. And kick it. What kick means is you have to pay an additional cost. In this case, I returned a land to my hand, right? So I'm down one land, but I got rid of his big scary creature. So it was worth it in the end. It's okay that I gave up land because I had no other land in my hand. So this just gives me the ability to play a land for turn next turn, and Ambrosia gets a little stronger. Even better, we just drew Tifa. Tifa, when she is on the field, if we play a land, her power doubles. So we want to buff her up and then play a land, because then she gets real scary. Like her and this card, which gives her +2/+2. Huge. That's a big boy play right there. And we can actually do that. We can put Tifa on the field, play a Plains for turn. Her power doubles. Ambrosia gets a little bonus, right? We're going to go to combat. I'm going to attack with my Dragoon's Wyvern and Ambrosia. And we're going to play those two attackers. We're going to go to block step. Yeah, red is a lot of fun to play. My brother really likes playing red. Red-white specifically. What's called Boros. Boros is a guild that is in red-white colors. So, okay, we've seen that he's now got 2 blockers, right? So I don't want to lose my Dragoon, but I want him to lose it. So we're going to play You're Not Alone and target our Dragoon. He gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn. He loses his creature. He gets a little treasure token, so he'll have some land, whatever. That's fine. I don't think he's going to have anything for 5 mana that's going to be horrendously game-changing. We have advantage on the field right now in the fact that we have 4 creatures, and he has 1. Okay, he's going to play Ultimechia. She's going to Surveil. So what Surveil means is he gets to look at the top 2, in this case, Surveil 2. The top 2 cards of his deck. If he likes them, he can put them back. If he doesn't, he can throw them in the graveyard. Simple as that. What's like the strongest card you could pull out to win? There's a bunch in the Final Fantasy set. Summon Odin. On turn 2, if he stays alive until turn 2, he gains ability that if he deals damage to a player, they lose the game. Bahamut, summon Bahamut. He's a 9-drop. If he lasts for 4 turns, you total up all your mana value on your side of the field and deal that damage directly to all players. You can get very scary very quickly. All right, so we got our land for turn. Here's what we're going to do, though. I am going to play Quistis Trepe. She lets me play a spell from any graveyard. I'm going to play You're Not Alone. And we're going to play it on Tifa. We're going to auto pay. So Tifa's now a 5/6. I'm going to drop a land for turn. That land is going to come in as a... I think I go... I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll go green. So now she's a 10/6 creature. Yeah, we're going to have all kinds of fun this round. We're going to go in with our flyer. We're going to go in with Tifa. She's a 10-6 with trample. What trample means, she has 10 power. If she blocks any damage that is different, so she's got 5 toughness up here, right? So 10 minus 5, she takes the difference as damage, or the player takes the damage as difference. The difference in damage, if I can speak English. So this was a big play. This was a very big play. Because now I'm either hitting him for 10 mana, or 10 life, because he doesn't want to block, or he blocks it and takes half of that damage. So he ended up taking all of it. Tifa goes back to a 1-2 for the turn. So how we played Ambrosia, this card, Quistis, would be a very good target for Ambrosia. Because we could get it back, and then we could throw it in, and then use another spell. Right? So he's sleeping. I don't know why he's sleeping Dragoon's Wyvern. I guess because he can block Tifa now. Yeah, that was a pretty good play. We got Coral, though. This probably going to go pretty quick at this point. He needs 8 mana. He's got 5. Ultimekia's ability is if you pay 8 mana and flip her over, you get an extra turn, which can be very, very bad. But in our case, it's not that bad. We're going to summon our Coral. He's got enough that he could counter it. Doesn't look like he's going to. But we don't have anything we can do. His 5 blocker is going to kill anything I attack with. So we need to use Coral next turn to get rid of that. Or get something that we can buff up Tifa with. For the trample. Okay, so what he's going to do here, he is going to destroy Tifa, which is I'm okay with. I'm more concerned about just getting rid of Ultimekia. I don't want to deal with Ultimekia. I'm not going to attack. I didn't have a land, so Tifa's ability to double wasn't coming through, right? All right, so he's going to play another Scorpion Sentinel. I'm okay with Scorpion Sentinel. It can only deal 1 damage. This 4/5 is a scary card. I don't want to deal with scary cards. That deals 4 damage. That kills any creature that I have, right? It's an uncommon. So the symbol that you see right next to where it says Human Warlock on the card, you'll see it's silver. That symbol being silver means it's uncommon. But this is a good uncommon. It gives you an extra turn if you have enough land, right? I don't have any rares on the field currently. Rares, Tifa is a rare. You'll see her symbol where it says Human Monk. Her symbol is gold. Gold is rare. And then if it's like a crimson red color, it's a mythic rare. Ooh. Well, I don't like that at all. He's going to return my Coral to my hand, which means I can't use it next turn. And then he's probably going to hold his turn. Yeah, you don't have the mana for that, buddy. Nice try. I do get a land. Doesn't necessarily help me, but I am going to play Coral again. I'm going to play a forest. And then I'm going to end my turn because I can't do anything so long as Ultimekia is on the field. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be beneficial in any way. I'd just be losing stuff. I want to maintain my card advantage for when I can drop a bomb and just plow through, right? He's going to play Blitzball. Great. He gets to add 1 mana of any color. He's 1 mana closer to taking an extra turn. He hasn't been doing anything with his turn, so... exile 2 cards from a single graveyard. That's probably all he can do, right? Yeah. Exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. He's going to exile Tifa for sure. And my Chocobo Kick. Goodbye. Exile means I can no longer gain access to them. If something's exiled, they are removed from the game. As far as I know, there are no cards that let you pull something from exile. There are cards that let you play cards in exile if that card was the one to exile it. But there's nothing that lets you just rescue something. And then he's going to do nothing for his attack step. At least I don't think he is. He's tapped out, though, which is what you like to see in a blue deck. You like to see scary tapped out shit. You like to see blue with all their land tapped because it means they have no counter spells. We're going to play a forest. It's not what we want. We want big creatures at this point, or equipments that buff our creatures. And then we're going to go to end our turn. We can't do anything else. But as soon as he plays any spell, we're going to tap Ultimechia. I lied. We're going to tap Ultimechia right now. So now Ultimechia can't be used for anything. She can still use this ability because she doesn't have to tap to use it, but he doesn't have the land. He needs one more land. What's up, Ghost? So we do need to pay attention to the fact that he needs one more land. Oh, this is huge, though. Enchanted permanent does not untap during its controller's untap, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's really good. It has flash, too, so we're going to play that on our next turn. Because this ability only activates at the end of his turn. So, yeah. Got him beat there. Got him. We're going to use Coral on our next turn as well. We're going to go no attacks. So we're going to just make it look like we can't do shit. I'm sorry. He's saving to drop a nuke on you. He's thinking he's going to drop a nuke. Okay, so we're going to do Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. He pulled a land too. He's like, yes, I get an extra turn. Nope. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum means he can't use this card's ability. On top of that, we're going to tap his 4/4 Scorpion Sentinel. Oh, he's probably pissed right now. What's up? We're playing the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set right now. And we're just having a blast pissing people off. Hell yeah. All right, we do get an equipment. We like equipments. We're going to go ahead and summon said equipment. We get a hero token. And then we're going to put that self-same token on... Who do we want to put it on? I think we just put it on Quistis. I need to deal 7 damage this turn, and I don't think I can do it. I can get close. Let's just do it. We're going to tap his 4-air. How long does this chain... unless it's got a counter on it, it's indefinite. Unless they can untap the creature somehow, it's indefinite. It lasts forever. All right, we're going to go full send. We're going to completely attack. We're going to untap Quistis. I don't care about my 2/1. I don't care about my 1/1. They're going to die anyways. What we care about is leaving out blockers, right? So we've got a 1/1 and a 3/2. Unless he can remove this enchantment, there's not much he's going to be able to do here. All right, choose one. Each player sacrifices a creature token of their choice. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. Or each player sacrifices an enchantment of their choice. Doesn't help him, though, because he used all his mana. And then he made me sacrifice that same enchant. He lost the game. Because now my Dragoon is going to untap. I can just equip Sage's Noliths to the Dragoon and deal exactly 3 damage. I win. Unless he's got something huge that he can do, but I don't think he does. Oh, he does not. So we are going. Yep, he knew it. He saw it. He quit. All right. I had a blast. I won. All right. So we made it to 3, right? The minimum you want is 3 because that's where your prize doubles. What time is it? 5:30. I will do one more match with you guys, and then I have to jump off for the day. We can come back tomorrow. I have tomorrow off, and we can either finish this, or I was planning on building a deck. I think I'll build the deck tonight. There is a mobile version of Arena, so I'm playing on the Steam client, but there is a iPhone, Android client as well. If you like this game, it's free. Please do not pay money to play Magic the Gathering Arena. Just play for free. Try it out, see if you like it. If it's something you want to invest a little money in, then you can do it. But never put money into this game because it's free, right? I've been playing for a long time. That's why I have rewards and can do these types of things. I did put a little bit of money because I knew I would be streaming it. I'm going to try it out later. This is Magic the Gathering Arena. You can search for it on Steam. You can search for it on Android. You can search for it on iPhone. It is available for free. You get 3 Final Fantasy packs for free. You might even get some more too. I haven't seen what the new player bonuses are, but you should get some good stuff pretty early. All right, guys, let's jump into another one, see if we can't get a 4th win. I'm going to go watch someone else. You have some fun. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. I should be on right around the same time, but you'll see me pop up on YouTube or Twitch, whichever you're on, in the meantime. But thank you again for the follow, Pim. Enjoy watching someone else, and I will be here tomorrow. Ghost, what's new and exciting with you, man? What's happening in life? Oh, I don't like that hand at all. There's no green or low cost cards. Let's mulligan. It's a little better. Still no green. But we get a draw card at least. Yeah, I'll keep that. And then I'll get rid of Commune with Beavers. Goofy ass name for a card. Commune with Beavers. All right. That was actually a pretty good pull. We're going to go Island first. I love this swamp. Final Fantasy 14. Reno and Rude has Menace. That's not good. I just take the 2. No, we're gonna match. We'll go Coral for our play, and then instant Ramen on our next turn if we can't get anything amazing. That has Defender. I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Oh, well, he made a mistake there. I don't know what he exiled, but got rid of his own blocker and didn't have the mana to pay for it, probably. I can kill his Reno, but I think I would rather use my instant Ramen and draw a card. Saz's Chocobo, that would be great if I had a forest. Then I'm going to hit him for 2. I really don't like this card all of a sudden because now he's going to start stealing all my crap. And I'm wondering if he stole that forest. That is probably exactly what he did.
What did he exile? Another forest. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. Okay, we'll play a plains. And we are in a bit of crunch mode at this point. I'm going to save Slash of Light. No, I'm not. I'm going to use Slash of Light. Get rid of his Reno and Rude so he stops exiling all my stuff. And then we're going to go to combat and attack. Okay. And we do have... It's not by a lot. We do technically have card advantage. That looks like it's ending here. Only when he attacks. So we still have some leniency, I suppose. I really need green. I really, really need green. Let's see what he does. I need 3 mana to activate that, so I can activate Coral and this card. I am not going to attack. I'm going to end my turn. He plays a land. I'm going to go ahead and activate my Coral to tap his Rufus Shinra. And then see what he plays for turn. When this creature enters, you lose 1 life. Create a treasure token. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact and surveil. It's not the greatest. Yeah, you can. I was more worried about Rufus making a creature token. So we do have Syncopate. That's a counter spell. That could come in handy for something later. We got really nothing that we can do. We're going to go ahead and end the turn. Circle of Power. You draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Great wizard token. Oh, no, I don't like that. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna... Man, what do I do? 3? I think I go 3. Auto tap. All right, and then we'll tap out Rufus Shinra. I should have done 3. I didn't realize that. I thought this was a draw card, not a mana card. Should have checked. That's why you read cards. That's why you read your cards, man. Tifa, again, doesn't do me any good because I have no green. He exiled all my green or stole it. Rotten bastard. All I can really do is sacrifice my instant ramen for some life. End my turn. I'm going to tap out. Oh, God. That's awful. Yeah, that's real bad. That's real bad. Okay. Yeah, we're going to tap out Rufus Shinra again. We're going to sack that. If he gets rid of a forest again. Oh, no, he didn't get rid of hardly anything. And then he's going to surveil. Yeah, it's not looking too good, boys. Magic infantry. Oh, man, this is All kinds of bad. We're going to play the infantry card, and I have no choice but to stuck in Summoner's Sanctum his Malboro. No attacks. Oh, I can't. I should have attacked. Oh, I don't have enough to tap out Rufus Shinra, so now he gets a token. Yeah, this isn't looking good. I'm going to go ahead and block the 3/4. All right, he gets a Job Select Dragoon's Lance. Finally! Finally a forest. Okay. Changes up the strategy a little bit. We're going to play a forest. And then we're going to play Bard's Bow. Why did I not play Saz's Chocobo? Well, for one, its ability wouldn't trigger. It would be a 0/1 creature. I want to play it when I have the ability to play a land. Same thing with Tifa. I don't have a buff for her currently that gives her a good strategy to attack. So if I can get her out and then give her the Bard's Bow, good strategy, right? Because then she's getting +2/+2 on a double. With this, I can skip my turn. I have enough now that I can tap out some of his creatures. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Destroy target permanent. I don't like that. If he's going to destroy it, I'm going to activate it. And we're going to tap Doggo. And then, yeah. Not much we could do there. I can now block some of his creatures. I can block his flyer. I can block Rufus Shinra. But, oh. I don't know what he just returned with Ishgard. Target artifact and or enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. All right, so he's going to tap that. Rufus is going to trigger. He gets another dog. Oh, no, he doesn't, because when he attacked, he had the dog. Oh, that sucks. All right, we're going to block Rufus. Summon Shiva. Tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. That is awesome. And we can play a Saz's Chocobo on the same turn. Why don't we do that? We'll play Saz's Chocobo and Shiva. We're going to tap his Demon Wall. And then end the turn. X-Death. Nice. That's a big card. He gains 3 life. And then at the end step, I believe it flips. Yeah, that's a big card. Nice. Yeah, look at that. 6/3. Doesn't really matter though, because we're gonna tap it. And there ain't nothing that. Oh no, we're gonna tap his Death Touch. Yeah, we're gonna tap his Death Touch. All right, we got a couple things we can do here. The first is gonna be, we're gonna put Tifa Lockhart on the battlefield. Equip 6. What kind of garbage is that? That's terrible. It is a common. If we had some equipment shenanigans, we might be able to change that, but I'm not going to worry about it now. What we're going to do is we're going to put out Sage's Nulliths. And no attacks. No attacks. All hope is not lost, friends. All hope is not lost. He's going to go for the flyer. I'm going to block said flyer. He has to destroy it first. Target creature gets -2/-2. Otherwise, it gets -6/-6. All right. GG's, boys. That's it. Good little combat trick. And that's why sometimes you go for the scary card. That's okay. We are going to claim our prizes. We won 3. We get 1,200 gems and 3 packs. Why don't we go ahead and open up all those packs? And then we'll go ahead and end stream. How does that sound? We're going to open all. Boom, 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 boom. What we're looking for here. Oh, nice. We got Farseek. That's nice. Flash of the Icons. Suplex. The train that we saw earlier when we opened packs. This homie suplexes that train. It's awesome. More Magitech infantry. Got some more towns. What we're looking for in the uncommon slot, Reno and Rude's not bad, is Judge Magister Gabranth. Cloud of Darkness, that's Final Fantasy 3. Pairs very nicely with the X-Death that beat us, but let's get to our rares here. We get a rare wild, another Leviathan. We have 2 mythics, boys. 4 packs, 2 mythics. Nice. We get a second Kefka. We got one of those earlier. Kefka is a great card. And a second A-tier in Brewing. Nice. This card just gives you base toughness X, where X is your life total. Cool little equipment card. But with that, boys, it is time for me to jump off. We did get an orb, but we're saving it. We need 2. We're going to pick up this Balthier and Fran, and then we're going to pick up Firion and probably Ishtola. I don't really care to pick up any of the borderless cards. I just don't. I want the sleeves. So the sleeves we will get. But that is going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, playing some Magic the Gathering with me, showing off the Final Fantasy set. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to be playing a constructed format deck. I'm going to put it together tonight for you guys so that we can kind of show it off initially, show you what we're going to be working with, and then we're going to jump right into going into ranked and see how far we can get to it on a single stream session. So that's what we got planned for tomorrow, guys. I look forward to hanging out with you some more, playing some more Final Fantasy. And as always, it has been a great time. Until next time, boys and girls, I'll be back about this same time tomorrow, I think. We'll see, maybe a little earlier. But until then, I've been your host, Judge Magister Blitz. Until our next trial, may you game with honor and game for glory. Good night, guys.